Welcome back to the Depresso Eggos Podcast. I'm your host, Briget, aka Daddy Chungus.
Oh, I'm Toby.
And I'm Len.
And today we are going to be answering some of y'all's questions and talk about relationships and probably some dreams.
Ooh, nice.
So, questions.
Ooh, questions.
Yes.
Well, how about we start off with how our day was?
Oh yes, how our day was. Wow. Aren't I flowing? You tell me that.
Your hostess.
Yeah, how was your day, Len?
Well, it was good. We both woke up.
Yeah, we both woke up late.
We both woke up late.
My trademark. I was wake up late.
But we both woke up late and arrived an hour later.
Yeah.
You know, of our normal time meeting, and well, that was something. And then I laughed my ass off when you texted us saying, "My car scratched my cat."
Oh yeah, I texted them saying I meant to say my cat scratched my cat. I got a new kitten. Wow. And I must have typed fast and it said my car scratched my cat, and I guess they were thinking like you run over your cat, like
We were imagining it. We were just like, "Oh look."
y'all are so mean. No, she was rescued from a shelter, so
Oh man.
trauma. You, Tony?
Well, my day, I woke up kind of early and I've just been playing game.
I'm surprised you woke up early.
I wish I could. I can't hear my alarms. That's the problem.
I don't have alarms, that's the problem.
That's
I just,
cool.
no, it's not. I want to sleep and I'm like, I've risen.
Oh, I wish I could wake up with alarms or wake up with no alarms.
No. The stress wakes you up anyways.
Oh,
But
it's-
anyways,
no.
I've just been playing game, Tears of the Kingdom. I'm starting to get into it more. I'm more old-fashioned about it though, you can build machines and cars and everything, but I'm like, horse!
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 Horsey.
But, yeah, so that's fun. I'm drawing right now, as always, and yeah, I like this one. They're playing video
It's actually kind of nice. I like it. For some reason,
Yeah.
it looks comfortable.
They're playing video games.
See, it looks
yeah.
comfortable.
Yeah,
That's
but
it.
it's
that's
like,
the, from last week, if you remember, that's like my character and his husband.
Yes.
That's
Mhm.
supposed to be like me, but then, me here, I'm like single, so
All right.
And we did mention about that a video game scenario
Yes,
last
and
podcast.
that's
So
why
it's
I
like that's
wanted
what
to
he's
draw
drawing
it.
out,
Mm-hmm.
and it's nice. Yeah.
I like it.
I like that one. I actually do.
Kevin makes me happy. I don't draw him enough.
How was your day, Bridget?
Oh yeah. Well, woke up late.
Oh yeah.
Obviously. Again, I was gonna say before I moved on. That's my fault. It was just funny that I woke up and it's just 5 minutes ago. You texted. I woke up late and I was like, "We have a podcast." I literally forget. I forget. I'm still getting used to having to wake up actually early, which is good. It's good. The podcast helps me wake up early. It's not early enough. But then, like I said, my cat scratched my cat, and then didn't eat, so I'm a little low on energy.
Do
But
you
I'm
want
okay.
something?
I'm always eating in your house, man. I feel embarrassed.
No.
Like,
Never
that's the
be
thing, though. I'm always like
I
vacuuming
really do
people's
not
kitchen.
care, and my parents do not care.
You should have seen
either.
when Tony cooked me
Afterwards.
up one time. He cooked me up like a whole big ass omelet with all like cheese,
But is it a
bacon.
good
ham.
omelet?
It was good. I was like,
I like cooking, Bridget.
Well,
Tony's a
Probably
good
later.
chef, bro. Like you should.
That's my issue. One time I got called out from it because they were like, "You're always eating at my house," and I was like,
I would never.
"I always feed you, so I expect back." Like,
I'm like,
that's my.
That's rude.
Do you
I don't know.
want
I feel
something?
fat.
They go
Not right
Popeyes
now.
or something.
Ahorita, not when I'm recording.
Okay.
I'm
But,
very like this.
When we do have our break, we will have our snacks
Probably.
and food.
If anything, just water later. But anyways, y'all, yeah, not. Yeah, I'm just an embarrassing person. I'm like that. That video went savage.
Yeah.
But
Pues no te debería, pero está
It
bien.
does,
Está
though.
bien. Like, it happens to
But-
all of
I
us.
mean, she used to be scared to go in my kitchen. At least she's actually going in there now.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
oh yeah, like I'd sweat. I'd break into a sweat and just be like, like But now I'm breaking into hives, but I hide it inside. I'm like, yeah, nice dinner, and I'm here like shaking. Yeah, but then the food be good.
They
I
really
love the meat
do.
last time.
oh, yeah, you guys got to enjoy the meat
Yeah.
and everything. I had the
We
same
had
thing that you guys had at
brisket
home. So I was
before.
like, that's why I didn't eat. I was like, okay.
No.
Because it's going to be the same food. I'm like, I don't want to eat 2 times.
I don't get home cooked meal like that no more. I don't even be cooking no more like that.
Oh, my God.
It's too much. But yes.
I like cooking for other people, but I don't cook for myself. I usually starve myself almost the whole day.
He really does do that.
No, It's been months now like that
No,
with me.
so it was a while back, but we had a sleepover with them, right?
Uh-huh.
Or, well, they stayed at my house. Our parents.
was like
were in
me and my
Mexico,
brother,
So we
yeah.
were
Oh,
like,
okay.
yeah, let's hang out. And I totally forgot that they eat like regularly.
I gotta eat.
Cause like I'm fine the whole day. I can go the whole day without eating, and like my body doesn't really notice
anything,
anything. But they were like, Tony, we're kind of hungry. I was like, oh shit! Like I gotta feed them. I
Oh
know.
my
So
God.
we were gonna make ourselves something.
And
but
the
then
older cousin.
we were gonna make ourselves something, but
Me
we were
and my
like,
sister,
well,
we don't eat, so we forget that they need to eat. Usually when we're out and about, like on vacation or whatever with them, they're
Yeah.
like, we're hungry, we're gonna eat stuff. And me and Deanna are just there like, y'all are hungry? Like, what?
See, I love food. No.
Food too.
I
I love
love
food,
food,
but there's
like-
times where I do starve myself. But that one day, I was just like, dude, I'm hungry. I haven't eaten all
Yeah.
day. I haven't eaten in 2 days that day, so I was like,
No, I love that's the thing. I do too. I starve myself, but not y'all. I am not.
what happened? What?
I'm not saying to starve yourself, but I did. But it's like, and it'll be grumbling. I'm like, oh God, I'm hungry. I have food in the fridge, but I'm like, man, I'm so hungry right now. I just don't know.
But then the trastes,
But
ain't
if
nobody want to do them.
Well, I haven't done it since I moved out. My fiance does them for me. So like he says, like
Lucky.
don't do the dishes. Like you lay back. He never lets me, and I'm fine with
I
that.
wish someone would do the dishes for me, but it's always me doing it.
Get you a gay man.
Hey,
Okay.
that's offensive.
I already have Tony.
He's not. He's bisexual.
What?
Sydney.
No, I'm
Oh.
talking about myself.
Oh.
No, yeah,
I would
Tony
do
is my
dishes
literal
and
maid.
stuff.
sometimes.
You do?
I clean. I like. Okay,
Well, see,
that
when I was
stuff
back at home,
calms
I
me
liked
down.
it,
Like
yeah.
you know, washing dishes, cleaning the house.
I noticed after we ate, you instantly started like you got the scoba and you started what is
Yeah.
it sweeping?
He's
stuff.
he's the literal housewife,
Because
and I'm
my
like,
sister
hey.
doesn't do anything.
That
and
was me
that's-
back at
That's why we
home.
joke, cause like she's always laying in her room not doing anything, and I'm here like.
No, that was me back at home too. I genuinely I liked washing the dish. I'd put my show and I'd just be washing my dishes. I'd be sweeping, cleaning, da da da. But now that I moved out, I'm like, oh, I can't do this anymore. And Cindy does it for me. So
Good for
That's
it.
nice.
yeah, all I gotta do is the laundry.
See, I motivate myself. There are times where I do actually end up cleaning the whole house, which is weird, but I mean, I do clean it, and I end up cooking for myself and everything, and I cook for everyone. But nobody eats my food. Ungrateful bitches. I mean,
I'm so sorry.
and they never eat my
What kind of
food.
food do you make?
There are days where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make something big, so I make a whole big pot of spaghetti and all that, and I make it Alfredo and everything, with some chicken and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you hate Alfredo, man. It's
I
like,
said I love Alfredo.
Oh, you
That was my
love
favorite.
Alfredo? I got
I
tired
could
of it.
eat like the whole damn thing.
Well,
Be like,
my
oh
favorite
no.
thing- I made Alfredo, and the thing is, I wanted to do it the way that me and my grandma did it one time, where we
Yeah.
decided to, we were tired, we were hungry, and we wanted to be goofy as hell. So we decided to mix Alfredo with tomato sauce, you know, normal.
Mhm.
But like this tomato sauce had basil in it. We mixed it with tomato basil, Alfredo sauce. And we put some pepper in it, and Philadelphia cream cheese.
Mm,
It was so
I
good.
bet it
And I
was.
tried to recreate it, but I didn't have enough sauce for it. I had enough Alfredo, not enough tomato. And, well, it ended up awful. Oh, no, it tasted good. It tasted good,
Not the way you wanted it.
but not the way I wanted it. It's not the same as my grandma. And I'm like, damn. And I made it for the family. And I'm like, here, guys, eat. Nobody ate the damn thing.
I'm so sorry.
I had to eat it myself. I was sitting at the table alone eating. And I'm like, I hate every...
See, even back at home, we didn't do dinners, so we couldn't have family dinners, eat together as a family for nothing.
There was
Couldn't
this,
do it.
like there was this one time I wanted to try to make something new, and I was making it's normal corn dogs, but I was doing the Korean style corn dogs, and I was trying to make a block of cheese with the salchicha. Didn't work out, but it was okay. And then I said, what if I make normal corn dog, just without the cheese block?
Mm-hmm.
And I did. I did that, and the thing that makes it good is that instead of using normal flour and everything, all that, I use pancake batter.
Yeah.
The Mexican
Yeah.
kind, so it's good. It's sweet and salty. And then I make it and everything, and I'm like, look, I made corn dogs for everybody. And everybody's like,
What the fuck is that?
yeah, and they don't eat it. And then they leave it there to freeze, and I'm the one eating it. And I'm like, I hate everyone here. That's why I never cook for anyone. I'm like, I'm done. Nobody eats my food.
No, I
I
didn't
cooked
cook.
curry once. That was fun.
That was fun.
Oh,
That was the first time I,
really
had
like
curry.
I forgot to put chile. Because I was like, something was fucking missing.
Yeah, we were just eating it.
It's
We're like,
literal chile. But It still tasted good to me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, no, I've had curry once with like I've had Japanese curry.
I don't know.
I think it's Japanese
They
curry.
usually go by colors, so.
And
There's
it's
red.
the yellow one. And then I've
Oh,
tried
that's
like
the original.
Indian like curry. Oh, I want Indian food now. But anyways,
Yeah.
sorry.
No, I don't blame you.
Indian
I
is
want to
so
make
good.
curry. I did make curry. I made.
But she was like asking me how to make it, and like the way she was making it was not the way I made it. So I was like, I don't know what you're doing.
I had to find ingredients because I'm not near an international store and I haven't been to one.
it's gone.
What?
It's gone. Your ear thingy.
Oh yeah.
Like the.
I mean, I would hope so.
I was
But
just checking.
I haven't been to an international store recently, so I was like trying to find out how to make curry.
Yeah.
With what I have, so I went to Kroger, bought myself the Japanese curry thingy, which worked, kind of in a way. It worked to make it, so I'm like okay. And then I made it. I got the sausages ready, salchicha, hot dog salchichas, whatever. And I got them ready, cooked them. We got some rice, mixed the curry with it, and it tasted good, honestly. And it was the purpose of this curry is to be creamy. And it's sausage with rice, and it was creamy. And I was like, oh, look, it's good. And I loved it, personally. But nobody liked it. They're like, what is this? It looks nasty. Because, like, after it gets cold, it kind of gets slimy in a way. But I'm like,
Warm
it's
it
curry. No, yeah, I'm like, it's curry. Warm it up. It tastes good. Nobody ate my curry.
It's good. More than
And I made, like, a big pot. And I was like, I'm never making food for the family. The only time they ever eat my food is when it's eggs. No, they don't even eat my eggs. They don't even eat the eggs I cook. They only eat the ramen noodles, which is not even my own cooking. It's just instant food.
You should just
I
try
like
cooking
making
for
ramen.
me, and then I will judge you harshly,
There you go. That's
Okay.
good.
and I can tell you what you're doing wrong. Cause like I cook like my dad. Everything he knows how to cook, I know how to cook. I don't know how to cook Mexican food. Like I'll be like, how the heck do you make rice?
You need to cook what your dad cooked that last time. It was so good.
Your dad is such a good cook, I
I
swear.
can do all that. I can't do
I don't know
Mexican
how to
food
cook.
though, so it's like.
I've been learning how to do Mexican dishes, but I do them like healthy version, but it's still good. It's not bland.
Ooh.
It's good. I like using less oil because it's too much and like the
Nothing
ingredients
wrong
and
with
stuff. For me, I get my heart starts to race, and then I have to. It makes me pass that like wanna I feel faint.
Like,
it's literally how I
understand
grew up. I grew up with a healthy Mexican mom, so when I eat anything that's too oily, like white bread or anything like that, my body it's like, and I'm like, ow, yeah.
No, like, and I understand that too, because, I mean, I don't have the same problem as you, but los doctores, what they have told me, they're like, yeah, you need to stop. And I'm like, why? They're like, your blood is weird. You need to stop.
My blood's fine. Like, my blood pressure's fine. It's just when I eat that 5 minutes later, I will start sweating, heart's racing, I feel faint, I can't breathe.
Dang.
It's weird. I don't know, but I realize it's when I eat like a lot of oils and I can't do that. So, but no, I've been learning Mexican dishes in general. But nothing can beat my mom's cooking, man. She makes caldo or like pozole, or pambazos and stuff like that. And like I was making enchiladas, but not like white people restaurant enchiladas. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
yeah, I know the actual good enchiladas.
And I put the lettuce, queso fresco, the chiles,
Oh,
all that,
bro.
And I was like, this is the test. Like this is the And I took a bite and I was like, yeah, that's good. And I was like, oh, sorry. It's like, Sydney, taste it. You gotta be honest with me. And he was like, that's good. Like, that's actually really good.
You know what I love? I love enfrijoladas, which is not really an actual dish, but I mean, it's like
I'm
enchiladas.
not good with the names. What is that one?
Enfrijoladas is pretty much like enchiladas, but you use the leftover frijoles sauce.
Oh.
And you mash it up with the leftover frijoles, and you have a frijoles sauce, and you cover it up, and it's good. I love it. I love it when my mama makes it, but she recently hasn't been doing that, and she's like, no more, and I'm like,
I miss some gorditas.
oh yes, we recently started eating gorditas ever since Beto and Jose Ramon became big fans about it, and they're like gorditas, and I'm like, you're a gordito.
We never ate Mexican dishes like that. That was a treat. My mom was like, all right, I'm going to give y'all 1 week of every day one Mexican dish. Just tell me. And, like, which one y'all want.
Yeah.
And we would tell her, like, which ones we want. But after that week, back to healthy shit. And I'm just like, no. And I start kicking, screaming, crying.
I love caldo, how it tastes, but I hate I hate the vegetables. I don't.
You
like,
hate the vegetable. I hate the meat.
I don't like the carrots, the chayote.
I
love papa when it's in the soup, but I hate carrot and chayote. It just makes me gag.
I don't know which one it is. It looks like I don't know the difference of a zucchini or a green squash.
Oh, I hate it when they put zucchini or
No,
squash
I like
or anything.
the squash.
I hate
I
everything.
like the zucchini. I love the carrot, the potato.
The only thing
I don't get meat. I skip that and I just do the arroz with the vegetables.
Girl, so if your mama made them both,
I'm
you guys, would you
picky.
eat it?
I wish I knew the terms of
you
it.
It's
mama-
like a meatball.
It's a whole big meatball with
I don't like meatballs like that either.
basil and a little bit of garlic in it.
I
I
don't
think.
like meatballs.
Oh my god.
I'm picky with my chicken and meat. Very picky.
Oh my.
Very picky
Like, it's
because
like a-
I can't eat off the bone.
Mhm.
I gag. I
How
I
healthy
try.
are you?
That has to do with health. These is my problem though. How am I chunky but I eat healthy? Oh, it's screaming,
You eat more veggies than me, and I
I
hate
love
veggies.
veggies. It's so good. And then when
I
you
hate them.
saute them and like you season them right.
Okay, when they're sauteed or seasoned, that's better.
You don't
when-
like raw?
Well, there are some that I like raw, and then there's some that I don't.
You don't like raw.
Okay. So I like carrot, broccoli, and potato. I can eat it fine. Lettuce too.
Broccoli raw? I said raw veggies. What's the raw veggies you can eat?
Raw veggies. Yeah, raw veggies like not seasoned, not cooked or anything. Broccoli, carrot, potato, lettuce.
You can eat a potato raw?
Yeah, like girl,
Like just straight up from.
well,
I
I
did
don't
that
eat
once
it.
and
I
I
don't
had
eat
so
it like
many
with the cascara on. I put it in some water to make it easy to bind it or something.
That's what I mean. Like nothing. Like just.
nothing.
Nah,
So
I was like, you just grab it like that. I was like, that made my tummy hurt once.
potato wouldn't count then because you do have to put it in water.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But the rest,
Mhm.
yes. What else?
What
No,
don't you?
Oh, everything. I don't like zucchini. I don't like squash. I don't like.
Dude, the zucchini, that's the best part, man.
I don't like. What else do I not like? Tomato. Wait, is tomato a fruit or a vegetable?
It's a fruit.
Oh, it's
because
a
of the
fruit.
seeds.
Well, I don't like any vegetables. I'm very picky.
Len.
Fruits. There is some that I like, but I mean, I also hate a lot of them.
I'm more into like the tropical fruits, like mango, kiwi. Oh, I love papaya.
I hate papaya. I hate it.
And I hate you. Like papaya.
I hate papaya ever since La Pareteria. It just makes me gag because I remember we would always have to pick through it, and I'm like,
Yeah, just get a big old spoon and.
oh, spoon. Well, I would just do it with the glove.
Oh my God, I love papaya.
I would do it with the glove, and the thing is, papaya.
Watermelon?
Everybody
Oh
loves
my
it.
God.
I love watermelon.
Fuck that shit up, but that makes me shit hard. It does. It's a nice one though. 'Cause I'm like, oh, I feel skinny.
It's good.
What does honeydew?
Oh, I have never tried honeydew, but I do like the flavored bubble tea of it.
It's good.
You haven't tried honeydew? It's melon, but
I thought my
green.
melon.
Well,
Yeah.
I know that, but I've never tried it.
You've never eaten it.
I've tried melon, like the orange one,
Yeah.
but like didn't
That's
like it
cantaloupe.
much.
It's melon
Ay,
in
perdón.
Spanish.
Oh, it's
No, I say melon too. They'll be like, "What do you
Yeah,
mean?" And I'm like,
yeah.
"A melon," and they're like,
Like-
"Cantaloupe," and I'm like,
I'm like,
"Whatever."
what the hell is that cantaloupe? But
We're not bilingual.
I've never had honeydew or well, cantaloupe I have, but I hated it, so I don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
See,
Len.
Yeah, she's always been really picky since like she was a
But
kid.
fruit-
I
and
gag
veggies.
easily.
She doesn't even do strawberries.
Len.
Give me a minute.
Give me a minute.
I don't eat it raw, but if I had to, I would. 'Cause I can handle it.
A
I
raw
can,
strawberry?
like I mean, yeah, like the strawberry sola. Like I can eat the strawberry. Try to eat it, and I'll be fine. But I'm like, I still hate the texture of the seeds and everything. It bothers me. I've been improving my fruit.
What about
What about
blackberries?
I love blackberries.
Raspberries.
I love raspberries. Blueberries is something, but I mean, I'm trying.
I'll agree on that one.
Fruits are the ones I'm actually trying to eat more, and I'm trying to like change my picky
I'm gonna
ways.
force a strawberry down your throat.
I'll eat
Hold her
it.
out, like no.
I'm not gonna gag it out. I'll actually eat it, but
Oh my
I'll
God.
just eat
I
it very
love
slowly.
strawberries.
I like strawberries too. Like I like it when they mix it and everything with smoothies, and I'm like,
You wanna try?
huh?
The Japanese or those like aren't they Korean too? I guess
I don't
the
know.
sandwiches with they put like the cool whipped cream on it and the fruits inside them. It's a soft
I
bread.
feel like I know what you mean. The strawberry shortcake in a way.
No, it's literally they sell them in their convenience stores because they're nicer and cleaner.
Yeah. A parfait?
No, it's literally a sandwich.
It's literally just a
sandwich,
a dessert sandwich.
a dessert sandwich.
God.
I want to try it.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yes,
I want to try kiwi, but my picky brain is like, no. And I'm like, I want to eat it though. Because they make it look so
kiwi
good.
is good.
There's so many things I want to eat, like fruits and everything, and I want to eat it so bad and be like, stop being picky, you're a grown-ass adult. But my brain's like, nah, I don't want it. It's nasty.
Yeah, my
And
sister
I'm like,
doesn't eat any fruit or veggie. Well, no veggies at all. But she only does like apple and like pear.
I hate pear. I hate it.
Pear's good.
I hate
Have
it.
you had Asian pear?
No,
I haven't.
Yeah, those are so good too.
I bet.
I hate pear because of Beto. Beto would eat it every single day, and his breath was awful. And I hated it so much because of that. I've tried pear. I have had it before. I still hate it. And I'm just like, I'll eat it if I have to, but I'm like...
Do you like tamarindo?
No.
Yeah.
You can hate me all you want.
Oh my gosh,
There's so many things that I hate, bro. And it's like, tamarindo, I know for a damn fact I cannot eat, even if I try to force myself
Guayaba?
to.
Oh, is it seeds?
What?
Like guayaba, you know, like the seeds.
Oh no,
inside?
like, I love the
seed
I love
part.
the guayaba flavor. I love
The
it.
fruit.
I love the flavor of it, but the fruit itself, I try so hard to eat it, but I still don't.
I always eat the
manage to.
outside and then save the seeds for me to eat by itself. Guayaba?
Yeah. Well, how do you save the seeds? They're all like all over.
Yeah.
No, you just bite around it. And then
just,
you have it in a ball.
I literally just chomp it. I just.
No,
What the hell,
I think I
Tony?
really am special or something.
But,
I just eat the outside and then I have it and then
One thing I want to try is lychee.
it's good.
It's
I
good,
I
right?
think you would like it if you're so picky with everything.
Oh my god, isn't it like a berry or something?
Lychee, it's what? Yeah, sort
Well,
of.
what do you say the taste would be like?
I haven't tried it, but I know like my grandma and them always have
What?
it.
You had it?
Tastes sweet to me.
Sweet?
It's
But like
fruit.
what fruit would you compare
If
it to?
if I'm thinking of the right one, is it
Like
the
the
ones where
little
like you
small
put
red.
you
It's
can
like a little prickly thing.
It's like a red little berry, but it's prickly in a way.
Oh, I was thinking of another one.
What?
There's one where you put your finger, it looks like a grape. And like, wee.
An
No.
That's
olive?
an Asian fruit. No, you. Okay,
I hate
yeah,
olives.
I hate olives.
I hate olives too.
This one.
What
This is
about
what it is.
tuna, but Spanish?
This is a lychee.
Oh yeah, those are good. Those are sweet.
I've never had
But
it.
like they're like
But I want
squishy, and I feel like
Yeah,
you wouldn't like
They're
that.
great.
See, that's what I'm thinking too, because I'm like, I want to try it, but then I
So
feel
are
like
you a texture person?
Yeah.
texture
Okay,
bothers
there
me
you go.
very a lot. That's why I'm picky, and I want to eat. I want to eat. But
I'm that too. But
What
I'm not
about
picky.
cactus fruit? Is that in English? The tuna?
cactus.
Tuna.
I love tuna.
I
Okay,
like
I'm
that
done here.
too. Did you know there's a difference between Asian tamarindo and the Mexican tamarindo?
No, I didn't.
Did it? Oh, there's a difference between so many
Yeah,
from Asian
Mexican
and Mexican.
tamarindo is like really sour, like obviously like the dulces and everything. Asian tamarindo, it's like so sweet.
I
Like
wanna try it.
it's not sour at all. My grandma had it, and I was just eating it like crazy because it's like
It's good.
it's just sweet, and I'm like, that's good.
You know, one thing I do like, even though it's a vegetable, but it's like I don't even eat the vegetable, but I like it. What's it called? The cucumber, agua fresca cucumber with the chia
Oh,
seeds
yeah.
and limon. I love that, but it's like if you give me an actual cucumber and give me some chia seeds, well, I could drink the chia seeds easily. I'd be like gulp it down, and be like yeah. But if you gave me a cucumber and be like eat it, I'd be like.
You don't like it with lime and.
See, I've never had it with
I know,
lime,
right?
but
And
I need a.
She doesn't like Mexican candies.
I hate the
Look,
chile.
I'll give you this. I don't
hate-
like candy in general. I
Okay.
don't. I just.
I like the tamarindo stuff.
I
Well,
hate the
I've
tamarindo.
noticed that like, and this is a lot of the foods. I'm trying to be this person, but red dye 40 like makes me feel sick. I haven't eaten Takis in almost a year.
Yeah, I don't eat chips. And
I
stuff
haven't-
Like that.
I haven't ate like red type dye candies and candies, Mexican and which majority were candy, and American candy. It makes me feel my body feels icky. I feel like drowsy, and I hate it because I love mixing candy. I don't like American candy very much. It's just pure sweetness. I like the spice, but there are times where like, vez en cuando I will eat like a Mexican candy, and I'm like, oh, I miss it. Like this. So good.
I remember as a kid, I hated mazapan, but now
Bruh.
I love that shit.
That's like the
Oh
starter
my.
of.
I hated mazapan as a kid because it was so like like crusty and dusty, But then now I'm like, I love it. It breaks, yeah. But like now I love that shit. I'm like, give me more. But
yeah, see, Sydney's allergic to peanuts, like definitely allergic to peanuts and fresh fruits.
Ooh.
So he can't have majority of the Mexican like postres, like desserts, or like the mazapan, and I nearly want to choke him out.
Damn.
He accidentally ate some of those peanut contaminated, so there was no peanut in it, but it must have been contaminated in the manufacturer.
He can't have Chick-fil-A.
Because he can. For some reason, the peanut oil, I know.
Oil.
I don't know if it's like because it's artificial or it's like really thin, refined or something, but he can.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
Well,
and tree nuts, but other than that, it's weird. Other than that, he accidentally ate something. It was mole. That was contaminated, I think, like the factory or something. Because we asked them, as peanut, they said no. Even in the labels, no peanuts. And scariest night of my life. I thought I was just a bunch of the ER. Like, I genuinely was like, he's not breathing.
Oh,
it was all around.
Shoot.
It was bad. And he can't talk either.
Food is dangerous.
Yeah, for him.
Yeah.
But we didn't get to the questions.
We got food.
He made me hungry.
We're all hungry.
Again.
Here's the Q&A.
Yes. So we do have some questions. Actually, I have one, but it was really, it was just like, what's our favorite movie show?
Oh, that's a good
I forgot.
one.
I found that this morning.
Should we answer that first?
Yeah, might as well.
So what's our favorite, what?
Show and or movie, like / movie.
Oh, okay.
Show, obviously The Office for me, show-wise. Love The Office, can't go wrong with it. That's my baby. Movie, I don't watch movies. I don't like movies. I can't sit through a theater.
Oh my god.
I get, like, I'll eat the food and then take a nap.
She can't watch movies in the theater.
You're
like, my grandma fell asleep during the Guardians of the Galaxy, started snoring loud in that theater.
Yeah, the movie has to be, like, really interesting for me. I like comedy. If it's a comedy movie, I'll do it. If it's sad or scary, I'll wait for you out there, man. I'll give you the food.
Bye. Well, my favorite show. Well, what's one that I have recently watched and liked? Well, I'm gonna go with the Owl House on this one, even though it got canceled and ended very early. It was the only gay representation, man. It was the only good show I liked, and I was like, yay! I watched.
Canceled.
It got canceled because of a gay kiss.
Two
girls kissing. Yeah.
No,
That's so stupid.
Disney was like,
this era.
Yeah, it's Disney. I was like,
It was like Disney was like, no, 2 girls can't kiss. They're kids. Bye.
And then there's
canceled
Steven
it.
Universe. It's like they're always kissing.
But
calm down. Keep your face to yourself.
They kissed in one episode, and Disney was like, no, and they canceled it. But then Disney noticed how the Owl House has more profits than any other show, and they're like, well, we'll bring you back for only 3 45-minute episodes. So the crew had to cram in a bunch of ideas, get rid of some ideas and everything. We didn't get to have a quinceañera episode. We were supposed to get one.
You are feeling a lot of emotions.
I really love that show. It's gay, it's witches, and there's very good Hispanic representation.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, hello? This is what I wanted as a kid. I wanted
from me.
I wanted something like this as a kid, but all I had was Dora. Are you serious right now?
No, and we're speaking of, really quick, The Office. Like I said, season 4 episode, don't remember the number, but dinner party. Best episode. Shit makes me crack up a lot. And please watch The Office. I know a lot of people already have watched it, but rewatch it if you don't like it, because you're a pussy if you don't like it.
Fun fact, I have never watched The Office.
No. First 2 episodes, I'll admit, it's like a drag. But that's why I don't ever finish season 9 because it's too sad, and I start at season 4 because that's where it picks up well. I already know where to start and where to end it. Because then Michael leaves and it's a whole thing.
Ooh, one show I did watch that was like, not animated was Kim's Convenience Store. It's like the Asian family in Canada, and they have their own convenience store. It makes me think of Los Primos in a way, because I grew up with Los Primos, so I was like, yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
But there's like so much drama between like the older brother. He's like known for like, he's like an ex-criminal and all that shit. And I'm just like, he's a good guy now, but it's like,
They live.
He has a past. Yeah. He has past issues, and it was like, sir, he's an attractive dude. So I was like, oh well, I guess I understand why, why people like this character. And I'm like, okay, But my my favorite movie, which I just finished watching, the final one of the series, was Guardians of the Galaxy. I love it so much. I don't care what anybody says. I'm like, it's space, it's action, there's aliens. And I'm like, it's cool. I love the rock. I love the raccoon. That raccoon's my favorite.
Yeah.
Straight up. And then the third movie, which was the recent one, that one's mostly about the raccoon. He's the main character
Yeah,
in the movie. And I was just like... So I watched it, and it's sad, and I'm like, oh!
Yes, he can't do it. See, meanwhile, I just figured out I do have a favorite movie, but it is, like, oldie but a goodie. The Home Alone series.
Yes!
I love Christmas. I love Christmas.
Navidad.
And I always watch Home Alone movies. Like, I love them. They're so nostalgic. I just love it. And, like, the Polar Express, like, all those movies.
See, Polar Express was creepy.
Movies. Really? I
mean, the animation was weird.
It was a
okay.
little, like, Uncanny Valley
yeah,
type.
it was cool, though.
I love Christmas movies. Oh, I love them, love them, love them.
What about you, Tony?
Yes, you, Tony.
What's your favorite show and
No,
movie?
I've forgotten.
Yeah.
Talk a lot.
I think I don't know. I watch lots of like shows, you know, like TV little shows. I mean, Barbie Life in the Dream House is definitely the top one. I love Inside Job. Vox Machina is definitely up there. I love that.
What about Centaur World?
I love that too. See, I just like all shows almost equal, so I don't really have a favorite.
I don't blame you.
Because
I
I've rewatched all these so many times.
I have too many shows that like. I was about to say Bluey as my answer, but I'm like, that's a kid show. Are you guys gonna judge me?
Everyone is.
Well,
like, even grown-ups are Bluey.
What?
Bluey.
The one with the
it's
little
the blue
dog.
dogs. It's like a dog world. It's on Disney Plus and everything.
Yeah.
I've been watching
Lots
it.
of people like obsess over it.
I used to
because
watch
it's just
Doc
really,
McStuffins.
Doc
it's
McStuffins
really,
is a good one.
I don't know. The show's really funny for a kid show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It also
it's-
like hits deep.
Or
so, like,
what's the princess one? The kids one.
Princess
everyone-
Sophia?
Elena.
Elena or Sophia? They're both.
Wait. Oh wait, yeah, I think it's Sophia. My bad.
Sophia.
Sophia the Fish. That one.
I'm
Sorry.
the princess doing alright, and I'm a princess overnight. Yes, yes.
Oh my god.
So I love that. I hated that I couldn't finish it all because I didn't have cable, and I was like, damn.
Yeah.
And I didn't know the channel for
that was
Disney.
last year, y'all. Like I'm a ripe 23-year-old watching that. It's so fun.
I need to watch it to know what
Makes my
happened.
brain
Some of these
feel
kid shows
good.
are just like funny and like amazing.
They're just
though.
genuinely fun. SpongeBob.
Like, I never liked SpongeBob.
I like
I'm sorry, I didn't like it because
when you watch
I
it,
never
it's
watched
funny.
it much. I mean, it's funny. I love the jokes in it, but it's like, as a kid, I never watched it.
I get
Yeah,
that.
I wasn't allowed to watch it because my mom was like, "Oh, that's a stupid show," you know.
I won't lie.
But I was. It is stupid, you know. Me rewatching it, I'm like, I see. I probably would have lost lots of brain cells, but I was allowed to watch like Powerpuff Girls and shit like that. So I was like,
Powerpuff was good though.
Yeah,
okay?
I like
that
them.
show is stupid.
My favorite was the green
That
one.
show was good.
But I love it. But it's stupid.
See, with SpongeBob, I can see why parents maybe didn't necessarily like let their kids watch it because there was an Illuminati episode, like
There
culty
was.
and everything.
Yeah.
It barely after I saw it, it barely aired on the TVs because when I showed it to people, they're like, "Oh my god, I barely remember it." It's where
Oh my
Squidward's
God.
like in a cult, like
Oh, that episode.
that one, and then they were
Oh,
gonna sacrifice the
Squidward cult?
worm.
Yeah.
But it had the eye and everything, a
God.
triangle pyramid, everything.
I remember that. I didn't really watch the series, but I remember every once in a while
It
when
made
I
me
got lucky.
uncomfortable as a kid.
Oh my God.
That's the one where he like meets a bunch of other Squidwards, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen
But
that one.
earlier SpongeBob is so funny because now when I watch it, the jokes are funnier. The
I know,
panty raid, that one, or the
I hate how lots of cartoons are getting like revamped. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a while, but like, you know, Teen Titans and stuff. Like the new Teen Titans just pisses me off so
It really
much.
does.
Because it's just so stupid. Like it's more
It's just
just
a bunch
like,
of fart
butt-
jokes and
fart
butt
jokes and
jokes.
stupidity. But like the original Teen Titans, they were all
I like
like,
the original one.
kill the bad guy,
Yeah,
you
it
know,
was
and
actually
they were really
very-
serious, and everyone got along. On the other one, it's more like they're
Felt
just
human.
constantly fighting each other, and I'm like,
Yeah.
so
Also, Amazing
dumb.
World Gumball.
I loved it,
Adventure
okay.
Time.
Adventure Time was good too.
Regular show was 50-50.
Hey,
They
okay.
have an adult show, you know.
Oh yeah,
Like,
they
that
do.
show, the animators, they made like an adult show,
I didn't know.
but it has the same voice actors and whatever. They're just more humans. They're not animals anymore.
Oh.
But it is still equally funny.
like a
There's
mom
one
and
where
dad
like
and
the
the
main
kid.
dude is like Bob,
Oh.
and his wife starts simping for him in like a very bad way, even though they're married.
Didn't Pops die though? So is he back?
No, this is
It's
not
not
regular show.
show.
Continue. This
It's
is
like
another
the
series.
same people making another show.
Okay. Oh.
But then they would like
Oh,
reference regular
yeah.
show. and
That's
everything.
cool when they
a lot.
reference
Mhm.
like a little crossover.
Yeah.
I like that.
But yeah, pretty much the husband got really buffed up, and then the wife was sipping hardcore for him. And she was like, "Oh my god!" And then the daughter was like, "I like new daddy this way. I like new daddy."
And then the best friend is like, "Why? Why are you doing this? What is wrong with you?"
I love that. I haven't heard it. I've not.
No,
Heard it.
I've
really
always seen it because it like popped up, and I was like, "Oh,
I
what
want to
is
watch it. I'm not gonna lie.
I've got to watch.
Tuca and Birdie also makes it up on
Yes.
my list. I love Tuca and Birdie. I just haven't seen any of the others. I can
Me
only watch
neither.
season 1. Movie wise, Book of Life or Strange Magic. Those two by far are probably my favorite.
Strange magic, the fairy.
Yeah, I love
I
Strange
love
Magic.
that.
The fairies are pretty. Like the bodies of the fairy are kind of ugly, but the concept of what they did with the wings, I was like, that's actually really pretty.
So you only like it for the wings. You don't even like it for the story plot or anything.
Oh no, I like the music and everything like that. I'm just saying like the actual character designs are kind of ugly. Like the guy, I'm like, you're not even that hot. Like what the heck? Why is
Oh,
everyone simping for you?
The himbo. I hate him.
It's not, he was just a bad guy.
No, yeah, he's a himbo, bro. He's
Oh.
stupid. He's a stupid blonde dude.
Oh, he's not stupid though. He's manipulative.
I found him stupid.
I don't know
Anyway.
this.
You should watch.
It's on Disney if you want to
Yes.
watch it.
We watched it on a pirate website, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah, me
the
and-
first
and-
time at least, but
Me and Tony watched it on a pirate website with this movie, but now it's on Disney, so you can watch it.
the Book of Life was on Disney too, and then they took it off. So I'm mad.
They took it off?
I don't know why, but yeah. Now it just gives me Coco, and I'm like, I don't want this. I want the Book of Life. Book of Life is Dia de los Muertos movie. And I like it because it's
but
like-
not sad.
That one isn't sad, no. It's more like action.
Mm.
But
It's cool. I like it.
I like it because it's a small animation studio, and the people who animated it are also the voice actors for the two gods that are like the main characters.
Mm.
And the gods are in love because they are actually married, the animators.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
they,
so cute.
The small animation company, they have their own like business and everything. They
Yeah.
started with cartoons, actual live action movies. But the thing is, every single movie, it's always the directors being the main
they're
characters, being
usually
in
in
love.
there.
Wait, that's actually really cute.
Because the
And they
Book of
always do
Life,
it.
so the god of death basically, well, they're both the god of death, but one's more like the god of hell, the other one's just the god of death.
Mhm.
It's Xibalba and La Muerte. La Muerte is the female, the wife, and Xibalba is the husband. And then, like, you know, they fight each other the whole time, and then they fall in love again at the end.
Yeah, that's so cute.
And then they made another series. They made a mini series. It was called Maya and the Three.
That was not a mini-series, but,
No, it wasn't.
but they did the same thing, sort of.
It's like Maya and
La
the Three.
Muerte, so they crossed over, right?
Mhm.
So it was basically saying all the gods, you know each other.
Mhm.
But that means there was two gods of death.
Well, maybe
Because La
one's
Muerte
the god
and the
death,
other
like,
one is there too. I forgot her name.
Maybe one is like actual death, and the other one's like the aspect, like what
Yeah.
people think death is.
Because
I don't
La
know.
Muerte was in charge of the land of the remembered. So,
Mhm.
but and then they used all the same voice actors, which I love. On the
Mhm.
little
I like
series
that,
thing, because you
yeah.
get to hear him again. It's like, yeah, and they like shipped the same voice actors too, because like on the movie they shipped the girl with the guy, and then on this one the same voice actors, they are shipped together. But
Mhm.
mine the three are sad because everyone dies at the end, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah. But if you think about it, they died, but they became
They-
reincarnated
they
for the
became
Book of Life.
gods.
Mm.
Think
I
about
like
it.
that, I
They
like
became reincarnated for the Book of Life. Think
Mhm.
about it. So it's like they still came back for each other
Yeah.
again.
that. Mhm.
But that's just something I thought of. But they also made a mini series, like anime series, and it's like the Tiger Boy, and it's like a blue haired girl. I don't remember what the show is
Rings a
called,
bell.
but it's like a luchador Tiger Boy.
Yeah,
And then the villain's like a big martillo hand or something. He goes like wah, all that. But it's the same company that made it, and I was like, yay! I don't know. I remember it, but I remember watching it,
Mhm.
but I want to see it again. Cool. Okay, but yeah, many.
But yeah, I
Mm.
like them a lot, and the voice of the dude is pretty nice. So
I like the
my
girl.
sister sims for the voice. The girl's, she's the Avatar. the wife or whatever.
Are you serious?
She also does a lot of other things, but that's like her main thing on Avatar. She's the blue one that.
Korra or
No,
Katara?
not that Avatar. The blue people Avatar. The one with the hair.
Everyone has
The
hair.
alien,
The alien.
not
Oh,
alien,
the
but, like,
blue
indigenous.
Avatar! Oh
Yeah.
my god!
She's the main girl one
Oh my... Are you
from
serious?
the first one, and then
Dude.
I don't know if she's the main one, if she's still a main in the second one, but I think
She
is.
should be.
But yeah, that's her.
Alright,
She
next.
also does a bunch of other stuff.
So, next question. So, for me, I'm not gonna go.
No,
over it.
yeah. I'm like seeing which one you're gonna choose.
Well, really, just for me, is Briget the mom of the group? No. If anything, I am. Oh, I was gonna say really mean. I'm gonna say that. Basically, I'm the child when they're arguing, because they'll go like bickering about whatever may be, and I'm just there like rocking myself, and I'll just like scream randomly because like what do we do? You know? Oh, the alarm. But like Tony put it, we're all orphan children. No one's the parents. Because like we all
We're chaotic in our own way,
chaotic,
man.
yeah. So you know,
And Bridget over here hating on my ass because I don't like anything.
please tell on Tony, Len. That's really all for like that I can answer. The only other would be like if we consider your old art. Obviously, I'm not an artist. I'm not the artist here of the group. I draw stick people or random eyes. That's about it. Oh, sorry.
No,
yeah.
Here, Tony, look at the questions and you choose. I don't know what just vibrated on my phone, but it's okay.
Can we do the other one that was like personal or whatever? for
Yeah,
me?
that's the very last picture. You just gotta swipe all the way to the final.
Ah. Okay, so we have another question. I like this one. I don't
very
know why.
personal, but I
It's
mean-
personal, and you guys know how I'm an open book. But it says, I have another question for Tony. Do he... I can't read, I'm dyslexic. Do he like to jack off with lotion or no lotion? I say no lotion.
Really?
Yeah, I've never used it. Then again, I don't even use my hand anymore, so...
Oh, it's your toy, right?
No.
What do you use?
It's more like... Wait, I thought I've said this in a podcast, but
Mouse?
maybe not.
I'm confused.
I'm not that flexible anymore. No, I'm more like dry hump stuff now. So I mean, like just kind of hug and go at it.
Sorry, I think I'm like a little chihuahua.
So yeah, that's kind of what I do now, but so there's no need.
Yeah.
But even when I do use my hand, I don't use lotion.
You know how I found out I could do things by dry pumping? I was 12 years old, and I was on my bear, and I just moved.
Yeah.
And I was
That's
like,
how you
whoa.
learned. Like, oh.
Because I was like, I don't know what I was doing, but, I had their head, okay, I was 12, I didn't know any better. I had their head, like, under my butt, and then, like, I was on the other side, but I liked it because I like how squishy the belly was from my chest, because it wouldn't hurt. And I got up, and I was scooting, and I was like, wait a minute. And then from there on, I think you know what happened, and then I was like, Jesus Christ, what is that feeling?
What was that?
What was that? I liked it, you know?
Yeah. Me, I never do the dry hump thing, but I'm like, I mostly cross legs. That's
I get
it.
that.
But I got a question from here.
Oh,
It
yeah.
goes, for Len, why are you gay? Who says I'm gay?
You are gay. Why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
Why are you? Yeah, why are we asking each other this question?
Why am I?
Well, I don't know. I just woke up one day, saw a dick, and I was like, that's what I am.
Well, then there's my answer for me. One
Did
day,
you always know you were gay?
like, I
Yeah,
remember
I tried
watching Sailor
dating
Moon as a
girls.
kid, and I was like, damn, I want all these girls. Oh, like, I want all of them. I want them to be my. I want to go hang out with them. I want to go on this date with them. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I could treat them better than that douchebag in that show. Because they would get really badly treated with the dudes in the shows, and they kept simping for them, and I'm like, he's not good for you. I am, but little kid me thought this was like normal, like, oh, I can be a better friend at the time. But then looking back at it now, I'm like, that's hella gay. This kid was
Yeah.
hella gay. I'm like, you were hella gay, Len.
Same for me. It was like there was like little I mean, my mom knew. She was like, yeah, like we were talking about it. She was like, yeah, you did all this crap when you were a kid. And I was like, yeah. You're not straight. But, part of her was like, maybe he will be straight. And then I'm like, no, I'm gay.
Mine was actually a girl in high school when I was a freshman. I think she was a junior. She was older. I'd always meet her in the bathroom. Like, I bumped into her. Yeah. I think she had a girlfriend at the time. I know her name. Her name was Jessica. Ooh. Because I found her on Facebook. Ooh. But, I would always bump into her and her girlfriend. And I was just like, whatever, right? Like, I didn't think too much of it. Because, again, I hadn't trounced homophobia. And then...
Yeah.
You good?
I almost dropped my phone.
And then I was just like, why am I feeling things in my belly? And then I was like, I think I got shit. But I have to go to the bathroom, but each time I see her, and I'm like, dude, what? And then I would find myself, like, fixing my hair before she saw me, or, like, when she passed by, I looked at her a lot. And I was like, no.
I like her.
Hate me. But then I was like, oh, wait a minute. No, maybe. And I think she was, like, my first, like, awakening. Like, I always thought I was different for sure. But I think she was my awakening. I'm like, oh, you gay. Like, you know.
See, I knew I was different because I never, and I mean never, fell for a guy. And if I did, it was mostly, like, to fit in with the people.
It was never, like,
I never actually liked the person. I just said it, I did.
I feel like I understand that way too much.
But, I would say I liked someone, but I actually didn't. I never fell for a dude, never went on a date with a dude, never... anything with the dude. I never felt attracted to any of them, but with the girls, I would always spend my time with them. And then it's like, I would always be with them, and I'm like, oh yeah, I would think they're so pretty. And then, but I didn't think about it much, and then it's later on, you're like, oh, I'm gay. Hella gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
Little kid, but like, me growing up, at first, I was like, oh, I'm not gonna get bitches, so I'm gonna just say I'm asexual. Then I was like... I'm not asexual.
We all go through lots of phases.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not asex. And then I said, maybe I'm pan. But then I'm like, I don't really...
Yeah, I thought it was like pan, yeah.
And I'm like, I don't think I'm pan. So then I'm like, if I'm bi. Because I thought maybe I could have a chance with a dude. But then I'm like, I don't. The only dudes that I find attractive are like the ones that look feminine. You know?
Yeah,
like, I keep mistaking them for girls. And then they're on. And I'm like, oh, never mind. But... yeah, and then at the end, I realized I was more and more into girls, and I was like, yes, sir.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm just glad that I'm just glad that I'm not, like, I was afraid that I was genuinely homophobic. Oh. You know, I mean, you go with the church, yeah. Mm-hmm. A lot of times that happens to you. Yeah. Some people.
You can be homophobic and gay at the same time. Don't get it wrong.
I don't know that.
It's weird, but yeah.
What are they homophobic to?
Themselves? I don't know. It's just a lot of self-hate for others.
Okay, well, that's different. That's a you problem.
But none of you.
Let me clarify. I was like, wait a minute.
There could be gay people who can hate on, like, other gay people. Like, apparently...
I hate
Let me finish!
They hate towards bi people.
Yeah. A lot of people hate bi people, or it's bi people hate lesbians. Yeah. Like, there's just a bunch of arguments. Everybody hates lesbians, or everybody hates bis. And I'm over here like, okay. I'm like, I love the gays. If you come with me, let's go.
That's so weird. I don't get it. I'm like, we both love women. Why are you hating?
There's just a lot of internal strife.
I think the only reason they hate on bis is because they like women, but what if they like dudes at the same time while you're dating them?
Don't put that on me.
Like,
why?
See, I would respect, if I actually dated a bi person, I'd be like, that's cool. I look over and I'd be like, I would judge them and be like, that kind of is ugly. But I'd be like, he's kind of cute.
No.
Because there's times where I find some dudes attractive, and I'm just like,
You can find them attractive, doesn't mean you want to do them.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like...
I used to be like, I find women attractive, I don't want to do them. But now I'm like, you're a big girl. Yeah, big girl, let's go. You know?
You, me.
No. Sorry, I do that. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I tend to do that. You can tell me to stop.
I would never tell you to stop. I love it.
I did that. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Like, my phone almost slipped and I had to grab it. I was like, oh, not my phone. I didn't care that you hit my arm. I was like, yay.
No, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But, no. I get hit on more by girls than guys anyways. I know by the guy eyes, I'm not peeling. But then for the girls, like, there's many times I've been hit on and I don't even know it.
I get hit
Cindy
on by
that
both.
knows it. No.
A lot of guys hit on me, and I'm like, what the hell?
I'm like, do I not look gay to you? You're like,
I'm
full
like,
on.
I'm
like,
literally wearing Hawaiian shirt, dyed hair, weird ass earrings, the weirdest sunglasses in the world, and you're just like, I want to hit my shot with that. Like, what is that?
No, I don't. The thing, he's like, I was like, why don't you ever get jealous about a guy? He's like, because you don't like guys. I'm lucky enough that I'm even with you. And the only reason you're with me is because I'm more feminine guy than like a raw. Like the only raw thing about him is about the
He admits it.
gym.
He's like, I know I'm feminine. I love it. And I'm like,
he's so
period.
gay in the gym too. Like you see him flying like, look at the gym. Like, like how can you be muscular but you're also like, wee, you know?
And, like if that was me, I'd be like, Hotito.
that. Like no, yeah.
There's times where I
Coco.
find I like my. There's times where I like it's like my friends, it's like my gay coworkers, whatever.
Yeah.
I one time let it slip out, and I was like, Hotito, and he goes, what did you call me? He got so offended. I'm like, I love you, man. Why are you offended?
Why'd you do this to me? Yeah.
Like, I always called you Hotito behind your back. And I'm
Well,
like,
now you know. Maybe it's just a good trigger word for him.
maybe.
As a family or something.
You don't know.
I keep forgetting that in Spanish people take it very offensively.
'Cause it does sound really harsh.
Spanglish, I use it a lot and be like, my Hotito or my Hotita, and they'd be like, shut up.
No, I've been told by people, like, I'll make gay jokes because I'm like, my jokes will be like, oh, I'm so gay. Or like, oh, gay. You know?
Yeah,
Or I'm like,
gay.
are you gay? Or like, I'll like, you know, just
No,
poke
yeah,
at
like-
them like, ooh, a little gay of you. But like, I'm not pushing you to be gay. I'm just
Exactly.
joking. And people take it very offensive to it. Like, look, I don't care if you make gay jokes, but it's like, I'm not gay. Like, it makes me uncomfortable. Either they're going through it, as in like, they don't know if they are and they are offended, or they genuinely don't like it. And ever since that, I've been humbled. And I'm like, damn. That's why I'm so careful what I say, because people tend to take it very harsh.
Some people are a lot more traumatized by these things than others.
And I get
Yeah.
that. There's things where I'm a little traumatized too, but also like if I know you and I know I'm not pushing you,
It's like,
or I know
well,
you're not pushing me, why are
Yeah.
you getting really offended? But you know, you get respect.
but
people.
yeah. I remember this
Yeah.
one time I was poking at my brother, like I always do, and I make fun of him a lot. But I was like, haha. I would always make fun of him. I'd be like, haha, you're gay, and he'd be like,
Yeah.
no, I'm not. And it was funny. It was all jokes. And then one day we clocked out of work. Everything. We were inside my car.
Does he work with you?
Yeah, he works
Oh,
with
I
me at
didn't know.
McDonald's. That he was supposed to be my replacement last year, and I didn't even quit. So yeah.
I didn't even. He
Yeah,
stayed.
He stayed. You know, he stayed. Yeah, he knows he's my replacement. But but we were driving home after work. Well, I was driving home with him, and he just randomly, he lowers the volume of my car, and I'm like, bitch, that's my music. Why'd you turn it down?
I'm tired.
And I'm like, and he's like, think I'm gay? I'm like, huh? And he's like, I think I may like guys, but I like girls. I like both. And I'm like, what? He's like, I think I'm pan. And I'm like, Beto, I was joking. I'm like, I just wanted to make fun of you and call you gay. Are you or are you not? Because I was joking
Yeah.
too. I was still joking with him. I'm like, you're not gay. And he's like, no, I think I am. And I'm like,
Uh-oh.
and then I joked about it to everyone at work the next day. And I said, yeah, my brother just came out to me. And he's like, and everybody's like, they didn't expect it either. They were shocked. They were like, and they looked at me and they're like, are you serious? Yes or no? He's like, I'm thinking about it, but yeah. And everybody's like, okay. Everybody's chill at work. Ever since they found out I was gay, they become more chill with the gay people. And I'm like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, yay.
You're the open gate. You're like,
I'm like, oh yeah. So they were like, oh, who what boys are you into? I'm like, nope, no boys. I love women.
straight up.
I remember this one time, I was looking at girls. I was like peeking through.
Oh my God.
I was peeking through behind the shelves. Well, not the shelves, but like we have our own booths.
creep just at the
We're
corner.
at the booths and everything. I was just peeking over, and they thought I was checking on the customers, to see if they wanted to order something. Everybody thought that for the past years, past months, they thought that I was checking on the customers, see if they wanted to order something. Until one day, my straight friend, who knows I'm hella gay, he just outs me. He snitches on my ass, and he goes, Marlene, he's like, it's not fair. I can't look at girls, but you let her look at girls? I was like,
You're like, hey, yo!
I'm like, you bitch. How dare you? And
I
he-
was straight attacked.
I was like, I actually hit him, and I'm like, why would you say that? And then they're like, Marlene, how dare you
You're
be
like, no.
looking?
No.
They're like, don't tell me you're actually looking. And I couldn't help but like grin. And I was like, like goofy. I was like, yes, I am.
Because it's creepier when men do it. I've caught myself when a man looks at me, I'm like, I'll just scream or bark. Because I'm like, get away from me, you know?
Like, I'm
But
not
when a
doing
girl's
the-
looking at me, I'm like,
I am.
what you looking at? Like,
But like, I don't look at them in a bad way. I'm just like, oh, they're all pretty.
Admiring.
Like, yeah, I'm admiring them, and I'm like, I wish I could be with them, but maybe they're straight, so I won't do anything. But then people have noticed, and they're like, oh, you like him? Which one's your favorite? And I'm like, shut up.
oh my
And they're
God.
loud as hell, so almost
Yeah.
the work clients here, and they're just looking at me, giggling and everything, and I'm like,
And that's what you
I
scream.
know, and I'm like, I hate everyone here. But
That's when someone does something to out me, I just go, oh! And they're like, what? And I'm like, nothing.
nothing.
Anyways, go back to working, guys.
Another-
Like, you know.
Back to another question. Do Tony draw yaoi art?
Like, bruh, have you not been paying attention to whenever I talk? Whenever I talk, it's just me being horny and me talking about what I draw. So yes, I do. I
Lots
draw.
of it. Lots.
Go
of
check out my
it.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Only if you're 18 and older, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's where all my stuff is.
I
if
make
you
sure to
wanna-
tag you guys in
check
the
it out.
recent videos. I try my best. I don't know if I should be including your YouTube and Instagram, but I included your YouTube in the last one.
I'll send you what socials you can put.
Okay. This hentai one, I'm not gonna answer because I mean, Briget doesn't know hentai.
I know of it.
Like
Because of an
she knows
ex.
of it, but she haven't seen any.
Not really.
We already answered the old cringe art, whatever. Okay. If y'all had godlike powers, would you choose to be good, evil, neutral, or anti-hero? Which is kind of like the not antagonist.
But isn't evil just anti-hero?
Kind of in a way. I don't know. But what would you be?
Knowing me, I think I'd be neutral.
You be neutral?
I
How
would be-
come?
Well, versus him. What are you gonna be?
I would. Well, I know it's not an option, but I would be chaotic neutral, which means I basically just do shit for myself and kill whoever I want, but I'm a good guy. still.
Yeah.
See, yeah, I agree with Tony. I would be a good guy, but it's like, I do whatever the fuck I want. I'm not gonna listen to the rules, bro.
I'm seeing neutral as like I really get to do what I want. Did I do something bad? Damn. I do something good? Damn. Like
Yeah,
that's how I see it, you know?
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm like, shut up, bitch. Beat the shit and then throw them in jail. There you go. You stay there.
It kind of plays with my fantasy of like, you know, the beaten down higher ups or whatever, like people who are arrogant and cocky and be like, haha, duh, you're dead, but then like see someone who's like suffering. I'm like, I love you now.
Oh my god.
No, literally.
That's called manipulation.
Yep.
I mean, I guess that makes sense for all of us, like, for our thing. Like, you want to fly, which is cool.
Yeah. Why not,
Oh,
you
what
know?
superpower would you have? I know it's not one of the questions, but
Flying. Flying, yeah.
you want to fly?
I genuinely want to fly. I wish that was a real thing.
What about
Imagine.
you?
I know this sounds... Please don't say shit. I know it sounds like furry shit, but I mean, I would honestly love to transform. Like,
Oh,
kind of like
like
Beast
Beast
Boy,
Boy?
in a way.
Ooh,
But, like, the big
Beast Boy's
monsters.
cute.
That's different though. I like that.
I love Beast Boy's power. Shut up! I
I
don't care if I'm a loser. I love Beast Boy's
actually
power.
like that. Mine would be, I think I've said it before, shadow manipulation.
Oh.
Like, if I could control the shadows, like, you know, any shadow, and, like, just drag you to the underworld with it. You
Oh
know?
my god.
Because
cool.
have you seen Lock and Key?
Mhm.
So there's one of the powers the keys gives you. Okay, so they have a bunch of keys and they give you powers. So one of them is a crown. Like, it's not a key, it's just a full-on crown at that point, but it's a key. So they put it on their head, and it basically lets them control shadows, and they can, like they turn into hands or
Yeah.
whatever you imagine, and then you can, like, drag
I've
people
seen something
away.
like that though somewhere.
Yeah, something like that. I want to do that kind of stuff. Like, you know, like, wherever there's a shadow, I can be like, done.
I like that. That's not bad. Mine's simple. Just flying.
See, I heard that when people say flying is their option of a superpower, it's mostly because they want to run away from their problems. I'm sorry.
Man, I just want to travel. Or just be like, alright, peace out.
That's exactly.
Like, I feel like I'm going home.
I'm not saying it like a me. I'm not saying it like a me thing. I'm saying that scientists have said this.
No.
I'm
Just
saying.
calling her out.
And she keeps going.
I'm sorry.
No, I don't care. But, I mean, not wrong. But also really just a travel.
Cause like, and I mean, I'm not gonna bash you on it. Like Tony, he wants to manipulate shadows. He wants everything under his control.
Yeah,
I like that
I'm
if I
realizing another theme in my personality bank. I'm like, oh.
And then me,
I'd like to control people.
like me, I want to transform into things that I'm not. I want to be someone else. Like, there, see, I called everyone out,
Including myself.
including myself. See, that's the thing.
Imagine-
Superpowers, when people say it, they say it for like something that represents them. So like, Invisible Man.
Because I think
They
that's
just don't
why
wanna
I
be there.
like
Yeah.
I like the Scarlet Witch the most.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's like the closest thing to like what I want.
Yeah.
And I just love her. And then she was also like overpowered and she killed herself. But
Yeah, I forgot that happened.
I don't know. But yeah, I just really like her.
If I had a crush, and I had that power that you have, Len,
Mm-hmm.
transforming, but they didn't like me and like someone else, I would transform into that person so I could get them.
Oh my god. You're some fucking candidate type shit. Wow.
I would do that. Maybe one night stand, but then I'll be like, back to me.
Come back. That's what I thought.
Or you could, I mean, in a better way of thinking of this, I mean, yours is a little like, ooh, red flags. But like in a better way, still red flags, but like you could just ruin the reputation of the person you like.
Yeah, it's a smart. I'm here like, I'm gonna do you for one night.
And then,
God.
you know, maybe you could be like, you know,
And they come and be like, oh my god, come here. He did you wrong.
yeah, like that.
Like, I'm here for
But
you.
that's more mind like manipulation.
No,
and,
but
like,
that's smarter. I like that. Much smarter, not harder. I like that. I do that. I
and
take
you
Tony's
get the
idea.
result you want.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
get to keep them.
True.
No. Okay, next question. What's y'all's thoughts on muscle mommies, aka muscle women or muscle men?
I'm 50-50.
What you mean?
50 as in like, what?
No, I said she likes both, but
No, 50-50 and like, I like them because it's like, who wouldn't like muscle woman?
Yeah.
But also, if it's too much, I'm like,
yeah.
it's unattractive for me.
Yeah,
bodybuilders.
Personally. Yes, anyone wants to, I tell him, please don't. Or at least dial it down. I don't like to, because you're rock hard, and I feel like I can't really squish you.
No, yeah, I can understand that. I want someone who's like if
I
I
like
were
thicker people.
a muscle woman, if I found a muscle woman, I'd be like, can I hug it? Can I squeeze it? In
Yeah,
a way, you
like
know?
if you're not
If it's
flexing, you can
firm,
still.
no, yeah, if you're not flexing, I can still feel it. I'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, that's nice. I like that, you know.
But if you're rock
But
hard
if
the whole
it's too
time,
firm, and it's like muscles show too much, I'm just like,
where your clothes at?
we close it.
like even though they have clothes on, it's just like, where are they at? You can barely see it. It's like all you see is the muscle, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
no disrespect. I'm just saying, it's just.
Yeah, contrary to what I draw, I actually don't like bodybuilders too much. When it's cartoons, it's like, okay, yeah, you can regulate
Yeah.
however you want. But, you know, when it's like an actual bodybuilder in real life, I'm talking about like the really swole ones, and I'm just kind of like, I don't like it, you know?
Yeah.
I have seen a couple guys where it's like, they have that perfect in-between where I'm like, oh, my fault, can go.
It's like the women. There's women that are like, they're not skinny, but they're not big. They're mid, I
Toned.
think.
They're toned.
No, they're called mid-size.
Mid-size for real?
It's where like they're definitely like have some muscle, but also they got a little bit of like tummy, but they're still like not rolls. Like it's weird. They're still like I can hug you.
Yeah. You know what I hate?
like that.
I hate how people judge for hip dips. I'm like, that's normal. That's where the bone is.
Low
You have
key
to
attractive
have.
to me.
I love it. You can grab them and be like, come here. And
It's
I'm
a little
like, yeah.
grab. Like I don't.
I'm like, grab me
That's
there,
just
drag
me.
me. Let's go. But if you're a man, get the fuck out. Let me go.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what they're there for.
I mean, if you see my drawings, you know, you can see a bunch of big titty men because it's literally all I draw.
oh god, yeah, that man draws titty men all the time.
Oh, for
I love
real.
it. And they're so shiny. Like, I mean, them glowing titties is amazing, man. They make me happy.
And then the other question is, well, I already asked you guys about it before, but it's like about an anime character and asking if we would let her crush us with her thighs. I don't know.
If I'm eating her out.
The anime girl?
The Mirko, whatever.
I don't know who that is.
The
I
bunny-
thought you meant any.
Yeah, you.
Nothing registered. Ignore me.
We're gonna ignore that as a character, but if a muscle woman, would you let a muscle woman crush your head with your thighs?
My answer, what I said.
Yeah,
I thought repeating it because I'm so embarrassed. I don't let you finish, and I thought you meant just any woman for a second.
No, you're good. I mean,
Not. I don't know who you said.
it's better than the character, because, I mean, I love the character, but I'm like, the character's not real, man. Like,
If you haven't noticed, me and Bridget don't really watch anime, so we don't know what's going on. with
yeah,
that,
I
kinda.
do watch anime, but it's like this anime that the person asked about, I don't watch it, I just know of it, okay? I only
I don't know.
like 2 characters from it, and that's it. No, not 2. I like the characters. I just hate the way they're written, because the author, he focuses more on the guy characters than the female characters, and the female characters have the most strongest and most smartest superpowers. There's one that can create almost anything, and I'm like, she can be this literal main character. Like, she could create a gun or a grenade and solve everybody's problem.
Kaboom!
But, like, the author doesn't want that. Main character is some random dude who has, like, very big, powerful superpower that nobody knows what it is, but it's just a superpower. It's, like, everything all in between, and I'm just, like, loser. I still call him a loser. I don't care. He started off as a loser, and then he could become something bigger because he has a superpower now. Because the superhero main one, he's like, oh, I want to retire. Here, eat a piece of my hair, get my power, and you're the main character now. And he's like, yeah, I want a power. You little nerd shit. Eats the hair, has the power, but then realizes, this power has consequences. Oh.
No.
Gets powers, gets super buff, not really buff, but like gets strong, and all of a sudden traumatized, and all of a sudden everybody wants to kill him because he has the power, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, the retired man just gave him all his problems and ran away.
Yeah.
And it was stupid, and I hate it. I still don't like the main character. I'm like, I don't care anything. He's like, he literally in the recent chapters of the series, he goes, oh, this bad guy is bad, but I will make him good. I'm like, shut up! This dude just killed like the whole entire population. No, because the villain can touch anything and destroy it.
Did you mean Steven Universe?
It's literally Steven Universe in a way, but it's stupid. But the villain can literally touch anything and it just dies.
Yeah.
Dies. The villain killed his family at a very young age because of when he found out his quirk.
So sad.
Like, he killed his family and he's sad about that, and like he can't even touch his face or anything, or he'll end up like going really ashy, breaking himself apart.
Yeah.
So it's just like, no.
You know what that reminds me of?
What?
That Skittle commercial where the dude touches everything
Everything
and
is
it
turned
turns
into
into Skittles.
Skittles.
And he's like, and the 2 other people, they're like, that's so cool. He's like, is it cool? I shook a man's hand today. And he turned into Skittles. And then he pours out Skittles. He's like, this man will never see a Skittle again.
Oh my god.
I love that commercial.
But he's like, yeah, it's cool. And I'm just like,
Aside from that,
aside. But yeah, I don't.
sour skin.
The series is okay-ish. I like it and then I don't like it. I don't watch it because I feel like it would be a waste of my time. But I know what's happening because people spoil it so goddamn easily. And I'm just like,
you know what a
okay.
good anime series is?
Which one?
Beyond the Boundary.
I love Beyond the Boundary. I love it so much. You should watch it. It's good.
It's good. I actually.
Disassociating, so you didn't do that.
But yeah, that's like the only one I know of.
Yeah, Tony was the one who introduced me to that one.
That one was good.
And
I
Lucky
liked that one.
Stars. I love Lucky Stars.
I tried to get Bridget into that one. She didn't like it.
You didn't
Yeah?
like Lucky Stars?
Long time ago. It was like middle school.
I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna remember.
No, you should probably watch Lucky Stars now and you understand all the jokes and it's like, oh, okay. I love it.
But yeah.
Alright.
I would let a guy with big thighs like crush my skull.
Okay.
I mean, I know it was woman oriented, but like
No, it's for both, either
No,
way.
dude, it's fine.
I would definitely let a guy with like yeah.
So you
See,
just place your head there and just do it. Or would you be like,
like a
I'm moving your
nutcracker, you
head,
know,
oh.
like the or whatever it is, the
Yeah, I'm talking about.
yeah.
the low.
I don't have muscle thighs, but I know for a fact. I had someone actually tell me, and she goes, I would let you crush my head with your thighs. And I'm like,
Okay.
I look at her and I'm like, you want me to crush your head with my thighs?
Yeah.
They're not muscle or anything. I don't have muscle. And she's like, but they're squishy. And I like them. They're cozy. I'm like,
God.
what?
No, I've been toning. My thighs are still obviously not perfect. But I've been going to the gym to tone them out. Because
Your calves look toned. I'm like noticing that.
You know what? I haven't shaved them for that. But
You're ashamed about your calves? Never.
No,
the calves are the what?
no, so I haven't shaved. I'm too lazy to shave.
Oh, honey, you should see my
gosh.
legs, honey.
But I'm wearing shorts though.
Honey.
It looks normal with other people. Anyways,
I get shunned about it with my family.
no,
Everybody
I
hates
haven't
it.
shaved my eyebrows or done my eyebrows, my face, I just recently let my arm hair regrow and stay that way. I used to shave them.
Honestly, I will tell you honestly, I have not shaved anything. Not here, not my legs, just nowhere. I have never shaved. And then everybody's like, that's not good. You should shave under your pits at least. I'm like, No.
You should not.
I'm like-
It's actually kind of unhealthy.
I like my pit
for
hair.
a reason, yo.
I'm like, I like my pit hair. It's
There's
not
nothing
bothering
wrong with
anybody.
your hair.
But I will
Everything's wrong
probably
with my hair.
shave it for the times I have to wear a dress in Mexico because
Society.
I hate raising my arm and everybody sees it and then judges me. And
Yeah.
it's social anxiety doesn't help.
Yeah. No, but think about the calves. But yeah, I need to focus more now on cardio instead and kind of basically like 60% cardio and then the rest is like the building I'm doing.
Period.
Because I don't want just lose, but I want to have some muscle too to be toned.
No, yeah.
So
It's good. I mean,
it takes me out though.
no. I understand. I understand
But I've
because
definitely
it's hard for me to
yeah.
go back to working out like I used to back in marching band. Marching band was
Oh
intense
my
workout.
God.
And
That's when I got
So
skinny.
skinny. Like, look at that.
I was
The one on the
like-
bottom.
For
Look
me
at
in the
that.
black dress, like
Like-
I was thinner.
A marching band pretty much did us
Yeah.
a number because I remember. Well, I know I was very very skinny, but like I said, I was actually toned. I had abs, and I was like, wow. But then marching band ended, no more abs.
Yeah, same. For me, it's I
Yeah.
waited for concert band season to end, dropped out of high school, and then got really depressed, gained hella weight. But
No shame in that.
now it's like working it out again.
But yeah, my family's telling me to work out again, and I'm over here like, why? And like, your gut shows in your dress. I'm like, I love my gut.
Leave it. They're like,
Leave it alone.
I try to avoid mirrors as much as possible.
I look at
I mean, your mirror is faced away from you.
Yeah. And what sucks is we're going to the beach, right? And we got a condo that had the whole living room is a mirror. Like one of the walls.
yeah.
My sister loves that shit. She loves herself. And I'm just there like, oh, not
Narcissistic.
again.
No, I used to be
Because we
like
did
that
that
in the
last
mirror.
time too. You remember? You were there. Were you there for the last time we had the mirror room?
Yeah, I think
Deanna
I was.
like spent the whole time in front of the
looking
mirror.
at it, and it's like,
Yeah, but like I slept in the living room where the mirror was, so I wake up and I'm like,
Tony,
my face,
My face.
Tony.
I used to
Body
do that.
positivity.
Oh
With the bull hat.
But no, I am not body positive. Not for myself. For other people, I'm like, yeah, you are hot. But then I'd be like, at myself, I'm like,
No, I get it.
yeah.
There's other girls who are probably a bit bigger than me, but like, they look so good, and then like look at me and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I could see a chunky guy, maybe even more chunkier than me, and I'm like, you know, I would hit that. Like that is so hot. I love
When it
that.
comes to yourself,
And
you're
then
like,
I'm just
no.
like, you know, myself, I'm like, I want to like cut my skin with scissors.
So you're gonna say I want to cut my throat? I was like, me too.
Huh? Okay. Now that we're done with the Q&A, we're going to take a small break. So we can
Yes.
stretch our legs and everything. So be right back.
We're back. Hope y'all got your drinks. Hope you got your food. Hope you got your little breaky break.
Dying.
Cringe. No, yeah, so we're back, and honestly, let's just start anywhere. We got food to talk about, we can have relationships to talk about. Can't remember the third thing. Oh, dreams. Didn't we say that? Dreams.
Because you had that one.
Worst relationship. Tony.
My worst?
Ooh.
I think my worst would probably be, I'm not going to name names, but he was
No, yeah, don't.
the family friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was only the worst because it's not a relationship because it was just fuck buddies, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
Friend
but I
benefits.
feel like, you know, and I enjoyed it, you know, until I caught feelings, but and then he was like, no, and I'm like, okay. But I think it was probably the worst because he wanted to do stuff like during church,
Oh.
and I was just like, and, you know, I am religious. So I'm like, no,
No.
let's not do that. And then that's like, I guess that was the last straw for him or whatever. 'Cause, like,
That was a deal breaker for him.
Yeah. And
Not
then it was
doing
like,
it,
nope, I'm
Jared.
out.
Are
And
you
I was just like,
serious?
okay.
That's especially when you catch feelings for them. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking.
I catch feelings way too fast. That's why I just don't do fuck buddies anymore. Cause
I've never done it, and I'd rather not
I
do
just
fuck
don't.
buddies because I know I'll
that's
catch
probably
feelings.
my worst relationship.
What about you, Briget?
I had something I was
We're gonna
gonna
do this
say.
later.
When
This is
we-
my. I was gonna ask you.
Oh, you're gonna ask me?
Yeah,
My
you.
worst relationship?
The
What?
stalker.
The what?
The stalker.
I had one too.
That's not even a relationship.
I
That was
know.
just someone who stalked me.
That's just someone who stalked me.
It's uncomfortable to talk about that.
No, yeah.
You literally spent like half the podcast talking about it.
Well,
Happened
yeah,
in high
but
school.
talking about it makes me think and remember it. It's
know, it's
weird.
cool.
Was it a guy?
Yeah.
No, it was a girl.
No, it was a guy. Really ugly. I'm not gonna try.
And she told you, right? The one that went transgender, and she was like, "I wouldn't fuck with you anyways."
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
No, mine
that
was
girl guy, whatever.
Mine was in the baseball team.
Oh,
Well, I'll get with my turn. We'll get to it.
really? But okay. Anyways, stalker does not count as relationship. My worst
The
relationship.
closest thing you'll be in a relationship.
Oh my
I'm
god.
sorry.
Excuse me, I have had 3 exes in my life. You can't come at me with this.
I think I've only had one actual ex.
That was
Everyone
a
else I
hoe,
just
don't
fucked
worry.
around with.
But
Sucked a
my
lot of dick.
I did
You
a lot of things.
How the fuck you suck dick on accident?
but my worst relationship was, I think, wow, they weren't bad. They weren't a bad person, but it's like
They were a
that-
bad person.
no.
Stop defending them.
Well,
They
maybe
were bad.
maybe they were
Stockholm
bad
syndrome.
mentally and emotionally.
I'm just kidding.
But it was like my final ex.
Yeah.
I count them as an ex because I mean, it was in a way, but we
Yeah.
didn't really go out or anything. It only lasted a day. This thing. Only reason why. Let me finish. We met each other and we knew each other like literally. We started getting along at the final like months of school year. Like it was stupid. It was like what the hell. I was recovering from my second ex, which is I guess why I was like letting this happen.
Yeah.
And this person was like following for me all because I complimented them about their suit and said they were pretty, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's like I'm into you," and I'm like,
They're touch deprived.
and then they're like complimenting me, flirting with me, and I sent memes, and then they're like, "I'm trying to shoot my shot with you." I'm like, "Oh," and then I was like, "Oh okay," and then we became official. We ate
For a day.
lunch together, yeah. Then we got home, and then the first thing they do is sent me, not really nudes, but really nudes.
Naked photos.
Yeah, and but they didn't they gave me a warning, but I didn't know the context. I was stupid. And they're like, "Hey, do you want to see some?" No, first it was like, "Hey, what do you like?" And I was like, "Oh." I was like, because we were joking with memes and everything, and I was like, "Oh, I like thighs. I like titties."
Yeah.
You know, joking about it. I was like, titties are nice. And then all of a sudden, "Hey, you want to see something cool? You want to see something cool?" And I said, "Sure, maybe it's like a race car or something. I don't know. Something cool.
Innocent.
Something innocent, cool, you know? Like, we were joking. We were doing memes. It was going well." I get nudes. And I'm like, "Oh, they were good." But they were good because I have never received nudes before. And I was like, no, I have received, but not consensual.
Yeah.
It was like, it was random people who found my number and started sending, and I was like, But this one was like, not consensual either, because I was like, you didn't give me a warning, you just sent me,
Yeah.
which I was like, not happy about it, and I was like, I'm sorry, I know this is a jerk move, but I'm sorry, I think I only use a friend, I'm sorry. I'm like, trust me, I will not be a bad person, I will delete all of this, and then I deleted the nude pictures and everything, because I was like, I respect you, and everything. Days later, they end up going to like a mental ward, then they go to another family. It was a whole messed up thing. Their
So I
family's
guess
messed up.
Good thing you left because literally they went to a mental thing.
Yeah,
You
and
would
I
have
was,
to deal with that.
Yeah.
so I was just like, okay. And I was like, thank God. But I mean, it wasn't the worst, but it was just like, it's the shortest and the most uncomfortable one I had, which is,
Yeah.
I think it was, I felt bad about that one because it felt like I was just using this person because
But
I just
you
recovered
weren't
from my second
trying
one.
to.
I wasn't trying to. It was just random, and I was like,
Like
oh.
rebound.
Pretty much a rebound.
Yeah.
What about you?
To put it in perspective, back in high school, or not even school, just like even 3 years before I met Sydney, honestly. It's like 2019.
2019.
I was very much a hoe. I had a new man the second I left the other one, doing things I shouldn't be doing. The only thing I didn't do is actual like sex. I did wait for that, but I did everything else that you could name. I even used to send nudes. I hated it. But I wanted the male validation so badly. And I was just like, I need to do that too. But I think after like sophomore, junior year, I kind of stopped. I stopped. So senior years when I finally like mentally was like, that's not okay. I stopped. Definitely switched my shit. But my worst one, like, it was, I think Tony knows him for sure.
Tony hates him, doesn't he?
I don't know.
Actually, Briget was with a lot of like popular guys ish.
Yeah.
And I mean, I didn't associate with them, so I had no reason to hate them. But
well, the one is don't say their name if you know. They're a bigger guy. They were in JRTC also. They were in a group home. I dated like 5 men.
I remember. I don't know his name, but I remember
he
like
wore
this
glasses.
phase. I remember like this whole thing.
Did you remember he had glasses? That one?
I don't know as much people as you do. I knew their faces. I'm horrible with names in general.
Okay.
But I remember this, the JROTC guy. That clicked for me.
Okay, there you go, that one.
What about him?
They were... So I dated them in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I think junior year. He had issues. I won't say his whole thing with his business, but he had issues and family. Like, it was bad. Siblings didn't like me. The sister didn't, but the brother did. Like, got along.
It's starting to clear up a lot more now. I remember so much. It's just like, the brain meme, like,
yeah.
Neuron activated.
Yeah. It was
remember
bad.
so much now.
I went through a lot for someone who was just in high school. It was very adult relationship almost, to a point where I'll get to that. Point is, we dated for a good minute, like maybe a few months. And he kind of separated me a lot from people, like friends and stuff. But I didn't realize it. I didn't realize it. I grew up with a lot of toxic men in my life. Been sexualized by my own male cousins. And, like, I thought all of this was normal. And so I was just like, yeah, this is normal. He was in jail a lot. Group homes from time to time. I can't remember why we ended. Oh, I think it was because he stopped going to school, and it naturally kind of just sizzled, because I was like, I'm not going to see him. They can't have phones at the group home. So the only way I would be able to reach him would be in school.
I remember this so clear now.
God.
It's just, whoa.
And then, the year passed. I dated other people. I kind of just accepted it. I was like, yeah, that happened. But this work got bad. I dated him a second time. He was very toxic the first time. But in my head, I was just like, that's relationships, because my parents' marriage. And so the second time, this work got really bad, because I think he was out of the group home. I think I left. It was senior year. And I think I was already 18 by this time. He was like 19. And he would have me sign,
Non-disclosure?
No, he made me sign, like, fake mails or something, because he needed 3 different sent mails, like, envelope ones, to be able to show, like, his other family members or something. So I did my name, obviously, and then I did, like, 2 made-up ones, and then, and instead of him coming to me, I came to him. He used to live in Colombia. I came to him, and, like, it's in the middle of nowhere, and it was, like, with his other family, and he did a lot of things that I didn't want to do sexually, or, like, stuff like that, and I was just like, I'm very uncomfortable now. I'd tell him to stop, he wouldn't. After that, this is where it got weird. It was around August, and I told him, because that was during the summer, it was August finally starting, and I told he was like gonna ask me a question.
Mm-hmm.
I think because this is confusing. He was gonna send me a ring. I thought it was just like a cute little promise ring, but somehow this dude decides he wants to get engaged, like propose through it, because he couldn't drive here. He couldn't legally drive. And he was sending it already. It was on its way. And I remember I found out he signed papers. He forged my signature for an apartment, and I just turned 18. So I was very confused, and I was really mad at him. I was like, why would you forge an apartment? Who even said we want to move together? Why are you proposing me like this? And we went through a lot of emotional stuff, like, and it was getting a lot. It was getting a lot to a point. Even my mom never cared about my relationship. She was like, oh, it's whatever. You're a teenager. You're dating a lot. But it turned to even knows. She's like, no, Mija, like, it was bad. And I don't know how you stayed. Finally left him. But it got bad because I returned the ring. I said, you deal with the forging signature because I'm not doing anything about it because I wasn't there. I'm not doing it. Mm-hmm. He texted everyone in my friends list through messages, through Messenger, through Snapchat, through Instagram. He messaged, did he message you?
No,
he messaged Tony, Sophia, Devin, Sophia, my mom, my sister,
For some
brother.
reason, I'm, like, never dragged into
the drama.
things. Yeah,
maybe because they know that you'll defend the person or something.
I just was in the wrong crowd. If I would have just stayed with them, I would have been fine. Right? But knowing me, I wanted validation from people.
Yeah.
Briget was something.
Hey, I'm not.
I mean, even I knew, like, even in high school, I was just like, why? But, like, Briget was also very sensitive in high school. So I was like, if I say something, she's gonna blow up in my face. So I just.
But not even in a healthy way. Like, I'm sensitive now, still, like, way more sensitive even. But I can still be like, I get that, but I hope that did hurt a little bit, and then we'll talk it out. Yeah. Back then, I'd lash out. She would just shut down.
No, because I know. I'm not trying to be mean. I know, because Tony would mention it to me, and I'd be like, who's Briget? Who
the fuck?
Tony would tell me the tea of, like, the whole thing, and I was just like.
Okay. I'd go from sensitive, and if you tell me anything, I would shout. Not even tell you that hurt me. I'd have been like, you're a fuck up, and like I'd scream at everyone, but it was sad. But now I'm like, I'm sensitive, but then I'm sensitive as in I'm gonna let it sink in and process, and then like there's times like even like a few weeks ago I'm like, hey, like this happened, I felt bad, and he simply would be like, oh, my bad, like done, easy, but I made it much worse. And then I had a stalker too. I'm not gonna say his name, but he was on a baseball team, and he was stalking me and 12 other girls, and he lured me into his house, and luckily I actually was managed to literally run out and call my mom. And he would touch me a lot going up the stairs in Centennial, the middle stairs. Yeah, he would touch me a lot on my ass, like he'd smack it all the time, and he took my phone in my bag to the boys' bathroom. I went inside. And the guys were like, no, what are you doing here? And I'm like, give me my bag and my phone. I'm going to be here looking at y'all peepees. Like, give me my phone. Like, you think I'm not going to do... I used to change in the men's bathroom for bands because I just think we needed space. So, like, we're going to change in there. Like, shit. And we'd tell them, like, hey, there's girls in here. We'll be quick. I'm done with. But, it was bad like that. I got either a very mentally abusive one. And they saw it, and everyone saw it, but I was here like, nah.
We couldn't say anything about it. She would like yell at us. So it was like, I was always like trying to be like, Briget, like this is bad. And
he tried in every way he
would tell me how he would try.
And then it was just like, no. I'm like, okay.
And I was always giving him advice of what to do.
No, you couldn't get anything through me, my thick head. Like, you couldn't do it. Whatever he'd say, I'd be like, you're a bad friend, and that's why this and that. Like, it was bad.
I mean, you called him out for so many things. Dude.
No, like, now it's like, I'm still sensitive, but now I've definitely calmed down a lot. I've figured myself out.
Yeah.
Emotionally.
You're now in a healthy, stable thing.
Emotionally. Not everything else.
But you're...
But I'm better relationship. I know who's in my life. Better friends. It's the same ones, but I know who I can actually kick out. Like, you know.
Hey, now you have this podcast to express it.
But I feel so bad for them, though. Oh, my God, I'm sorry, Tony.
We tried, and it gets to the point where, like, okay, whatever. And I don't want to... I'm again
Go
not naming
on.
names, but there's another friend that I have she's also a little iffy on the whole relationship spectrum, and I tried to tell her too. She's like, no, this guy's amazing, like blah blah. She did end up leaving him, but like 3 years of her life went by where she tried to.
Do
make
I
it
know
work.
him?
Yes, you do. You don't like her. Starts with a B.
You don't need to shut up. Anyway.
But
Hey, she cursed me out first. Anyways.
yeah. I mean, I don't take sides. You know, you're both my friends. You both are problematic.
No, I take sides. I take sides.
You take sides.
Because if you're being rude to one of my friends, why am I still gonna talk to them?
No, but well.
They were rude to me behind y'all's back.
Okay.
But
But
y'all
I
never
didn't know
believed
that.
me.
You never.
Yeah, don't even. Anyways,
But you were also known to be very dramatic.
I'm still dramatic. I'm
I
just
know,
expressive.
but, like-
I'm expressive. Why
Why
is it so bad? No, dramatic can also mean like you're. It could be like an ant crossed by, but you're like, it was the most magical thing ever. You know? Okay, maybe still me now, but. But what I'm trying to say is like, I'll say, yeah, they flicked each other, but I'll be like, they got into a huge fight, even though it was just a flicking. I'm now not like that. Jeez, I'm so dramatic, but not like in the lying aspect of it.
It's okay.
Oh my
But
gosh.
anyway, so
Defending for my name.
for my honor.
Honor. No, but I still feel bad. I get that. Like,
But-
aside that, I get it, and I'm
She
glad
like
she
wasted
left.
and like basically this dude just.
Didn't they move
fucked
in
up.
together?
Yeah, they moved in together.
Knocked up? Sorry, I just processed.
No,
Miss
no,
Girl.
she
You said
fucked up her life like a
Oh.
lot.
Really?
Like no,
Oh.
she's. I haven't talked to her. I think she like cut everyone off now.
That's fine. I mean,
But like, the last time I talked to her was maybe a year ago, and at that point she was basically broken, homeless.
yeah.
I mean, I know who you guys are talking about. Like, the last time I talked to her was like,
I don't think you do.
don't I? No?
She's not a friend I usually talk about with you. I talk about Briget and Sophia a lot, and like my little band group. But she left like pretty early.
She did.
Never
We used to
mind
walk together in the gym.
then. I probably don't know her then.
Yeah,
No.
she left my sophomore year.
Oh, okay, then I don't know her.
She did?
Mm-hmm.
That was very short. No, yeah, she had. I remember she told me a lot of things about her family, but I just sit there like, okay. Yeah, she didn't. She did a lot of things behind their backs to me, and it was frustrating knowing that they didn't believe me. But I get it. But at the same time, also like, please, I'm helpless. But
Help me!
like I said, aside from that,
But Briget was also like the exaggerate one. Like she would say like if we told her something, she would yell at us. So then she's telling us stuff, and we're like, okay, whatever.
well, I'm telling you now, Tony. This was me.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't talk to her anymore.
Look, guys,
so.
Anyways.
high school was high
No.
school. You guys are
Len.
grown adults.
You're, out of everyone, you're
I
the
thought you
least
said
to
you
talk.
guys are grounded.
Grounded.
Yeah, like you guys are grounded now.
Oh.
Like
No, I'm not mad. Just defending myself, but I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
I'm not
Because
mad,
aside
just
from that,
disappointed.
no, let me stop. Because aside from that, I do feel bad for her, and I hope she's doing better now. Like really, from that relationship, because 3 years is a lot.
I think it was more. But, you
I know how. I know
would
who they
tell
were.
her-
I know.
Yeah, and like this dude, he did not like me at all. Like I
You
would
talked to him?
I would call her right to talk, and
Yeah.
he would like
Oh.
interrupt, and I'm like, bitch, get the fuck off the phone. I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to her. I'm gay.
That's
you
so
have that. I'm gay in
sad.
like 5,000 states away. Shut up.
That's really sad. No, I feel bad for her. Obviously, like aside from that. Well, again, I know you don't know who she is, so hopefully she's okay, more safe, and a little more stable. Anyways, that was my relationship. Like I was a fuck up, bro. I did it. Everyone who stepped in the
My
vicinity.
first dude, I remember it was like, I think it was like the week after I broke up with him. He was apparently getting threatened with nudes. Like, you know,
I
someone
heard
was
of it.
threatening to leak his nudes. And he's like, is any of your friends, are you trying to do this? I mean, I'm not that type of person. So I was like,
Yeah.
no, I'm not. And I was like, and like, it's not like I sent it to anyone. So I was
Yeah.
like, who the heck? And
Yeah,
he's
you
like,
don't
yeah,
like
they
that.
just messaged me and they're like, blah, 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 I'm going to leak your, like, nudes. And I was like, what the heck? And, you know, I was like, the only one with him for a couple months. So I was like, what the hell? Yeah,
Dang.
that happened.
Being threatened by your nudes, it really is scary. I remember that happened to me with that stalker. And at one point, I was just like, okay, then do it. And then he was like, you're not going to be scared or anything. I'm like, no, just do it. You're just threatening me at this point. If we're going to do it, just do it. I'm scared because I have friends that are going to look at it, but just do it. They never did it. No.
They just do it because you freak out.
Because they had 12, they made like 12 accounts to get to me. Because yeah, it was bad.
Damn.
But you see, my actual high school experience, Bridget had so much drama. Like, every week it was something else with her. And all throughout high school, like, all 4 years.
Wow.
But then there's me, and it's like, there is nothing new. I just go to classes and go home.
Even when I was quiet, I was
Yeah.
still dragged into drama somehow. Either by, like, bullies, which is so cringy to say. Bullies are embarrassing now. But either that or guys overly sexualizing me a lot.
That was gross.
Which one?
The sexual.
Oh, sorry. I mean, which
it
one?
It happened a lot, and I was like, why? Why?
And, yeah. It happened a lot. And so, at that point, I was just like, nobody get the main character, but not even in a good way. Yeah, even he knew what was going down. Even if I didn't say anything, he'd know. Yeah.
Tony was a good friend.
Not in the beginning, he wasn't,
No,
but
he
later
wasn't.
on.
I got there. I'm a lot better now.
I like him better now. I'll be honest.
We both grow.
Yeah, I like him better now.
Maybe around my junior, senior year. Maybe senior year in college. That's
High
when I was
school.
like...
Senior year from there on, yeah, because then we started sitting together, like at the band, the bus, or just fuck around, or play tag after a competition because we were all woo tired.
We
2
would
in the
literally
morning.
play tag. Like, everyone else is like being serious or on their video games, and then there's our Mexican group. Like,
Yes, it was.
Because we were like the only Mexicans in the band.
And for us, it was normal to just be hyper late
At
night.
least you guys were lucky to have a Mexican group.
Yeah.
I didn't have luck, and
The
then
Mexican mafia.
my last few years was when I got my Mexicans, and I'm like, yeah.
It's fun when you get like your people.
Yeah.
And then we were like Devin's the Dominican one, and Chloe's like the Puerto Rican or something.
Yeah.
But
It was bad.
for my Mexican group, we called each other beaners, and we were like beaner 1, beaner 2, beaner 3, beaner 4, and then we would always say it a lot. We would just act like loud. We had no shame when we were supposed to, but it was like we had no shame, and Mr. Miller just caught me. I said his name anyway, but caught me, and he goes, "Did you just say the B word?" And I'm like, "Well, I hope you better not say it. I said it because I am one.
Mm-hmm.
You better not say it." And he goes, "Okay." And I'm like, "Thank you." Hey, Beaner, what's up?
No, we were the Mexican
Yeah,
mafia.
we were the Mexican mafia.
Mexican mafia.
To be fair, we're like 2016, like 2017, like, yeah.
To me, we didn't have a group name, but we called each other the Beaners. So we were
We
just
didn't
like,
even give ourselves the group name. That was Mr.
Oh my god, that was the teacher.
that was the.
He said the Mexican mafia, and we just kept with it.
Uh-huh.
Oh wow. That's why he said some sketchy stuff, and we just agreed with it.
He was a little bit like...
I saw him like a father figure. I had
No,
issues.
he was nice. I'm not saying...
He was
No,
a-
because I had daddy issues.
Oh.
That's why.
I mean, yeah, I kind of saw him as a dad because my dad doesn't talk to me.
Yeah, see,
Like,
there
I
you
have
go.
a dad, but he
he's
doesn't talk.
emotionally absent.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Mr. Miller was like the one over here.
I'm sad he hasn't accepted my friend request. Mr. Miller, why?
You're waiting on a friend. Wait, on what?
I had the first account, Facebook.
Oh,
The
Facebook?
first account, and he sent a really sweet message, and then I had to delete it because the person hacked my Facebook, my bank account, everything.
Oh no.
So I don't know where they got my bank info, because even I told you, the not salesperson, but the bank person, they were like, I'm trying to change your password, and they're actively trying to go against it. I've never had this happen. Give me like 5 minutes. I'm like, go ahead, like, do what you have to do. They were really sweet and nice. Love Fifth Third, love you. But
Talking to the bank lady.
sponsor me, bank, no saying. But and then I had to get a second account, and he just never accepted it. It's still there as waiting. So I'm very sad. I won't lie. I'm very
I
sad.
wonder what I think he's still working at chefs, but I mean, wonder what he's been up
I know
to.
Miss Miller does.
Oh, Miss Melody.
I saw her, but she didn't recognize me, or she didn't want to talk to me. I get it.
She would make fun of me because I was.
Didn't you have beef with her, though?
Yeah, beef with the teacher wise, like, yeah, because I was always either just talk. Okay, well, yeah, I talk a lot, but I've embraced it now. Back then, though, I talk like a lot, and she'd be like, "Quiet," or like I just laugh right in her face because I can't take it seriously.
No, her.
But I'm sure she was cool, like, you know, like she was cool and everything. I mean, Mr. Miller, I like you, dude, you know, but Miss Miller, she did have some issues with me. That's fine. She also got away. Good for her. I still saw her slay. But yes.
Miss Miller used to be. Well, I don't got nothing mean to say, but I remember pretty much the Miller family would love to make fun of me a lot.
Yeah.
Because one, my height. 2, I was the only Mexican. 3, I talk a lot.
How many?
4.
My storm.
No, like Miss Miller.
4.
She's just like me.
What was 4? Well, since I'm small and everything, they would just be like, "Oh my god, marching is so much harder. Be more like her." Da, 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 da. I was like,
I'm trying. Me is my knocked knees. I
no,
couldn't.
they were telling
march well.
people to be more like me.
Oh,
they were like,
love that for you.
Well, they did that to us too. You remember? Because we were like always the star marchers.
Yeah,
and
I
then they
remember.
were-
Us, our group, we were like the star group. They were always like more like the clarinets or clarinets. We even had our own solo part in the in the front. Like all the clarinets were together, and we had our own part.
Attention.
We loved it though. We ate it up. Like
They were like, why can't you guys be like them? I'm
we
like,
were like,
oh.
yeah, I would always be like, they'd be like, "Why aren't you like Marlene? She's over here being a clarinet. She's the loudest one. Like, you put her playing next to a trumpet. Girl, she's louder than you." And I was like, yay. I was like the loudest player.
Yay.
I remember I was first seat for one of the thingies because when they made what is it called? Mine was remember y'all was like wind ensemble or something,
Yeah.
and then below there was that other below one. They made it, but I didn't, and I was so sad.
She made it the next year though.
Yeah, I made it the next year,
Yeah,
though.
they're together.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, because finally I was like, y'all all made it. We're like, you know, because I wasn't the best one, so I didn't make it. But when we finally made it, it was awesome. Like,
Well,
I
she
had my own
says
part.
finally, but it only took her a year to make it. Like, she was separated for us for like 1 year.
That was a lot already.
I would hate that too if I was in a separate class than like
Yeah.
everyone else.
Yeah.
But she made it the next year, and I was like, oh fuck yeah.
I was with y'all for like marching band, but concert band was like, I don't think I didn't want to talk to you for concert band. I think I did my own business. I don't know why I stayed in band. I just stayed in band because I just thought it was my curriculum. Like
Yeah.
Band, honestly, everyone respected me full. I even became band queen because of that.
I love that.
Everyone respected me. It's pretty much me and my friend Sam. I think that's his name. But we were the most popular, most famous ones there, and we were just like, we were the most respected. And then somehow we just got band queen, band king, and we're like, yay!
I remember that. Man, band was something else.
Yeah,
Like,
it
I
was.
miss it, but I'm glad where I'm at now at the same time. Does that make sense?
I'm glad I'm not there. I don't smell like sweat no more.
I liked it because
you miss it, but it's like, wow, did I really waste so much of my life doing that?
Yeah.
I mean,
I could have got more cash. I mean,
I never paid for anything we had to pay for.
Mm.
Never did.
me neither, honestly.
Apparently, we had to pay a certain fee for something.
Yeah, you had to pay for like the whole band thing.
Never did.
Oh, wait. No, I did pay for
Yeah,
that.
you did
Never
pay for
mind.
that.
I didn't. They held me
Yeah,
down about it, but
I
I just...
I remember that because you were like, yeah, I never paid. I was like, what the fuck?
And I'm still here. Like,
Yes!
I don't know. I just didn't...
Probably
I don't know.
debt or something. Who cares?
He's not even there.
Exactly.
So-
But, anyways.
Yeah.
That was something.
What about
Well,
that one
another relationship
Ooh.
thing.
Oh.
It's not a relationship. I never got
Oh.
into a relationship with this guy.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like a firm with benefits.
No, I didn't do anything. It
Oh.
was just a freaking constant war of emotion.
Oh!
I regret.
I even helped.
I regretted lots of that.
Oh my
You were-
god.
You were head over heels for this dude. You wrote him
I know.
notes.
I know.
You brought him a note?
Shut up.
It's not like
I delivered it. Yeah.
We are moving on. This
That's-
is like my junior year.
That's
by the
not
way.
like you, Tony. Whoa.
Shut up.
Wow, Tony
You
being
supposed to-
romantic. I'm gonna bash him about it.
Well, strangely enough, I am a hopeless romantic. Like, I always like think of all that crap, and I'm like, but then the majority part of me, like the cynical part, the one that's rational and just like, no,
Was he even zesty?
like spicy.
Yeah, was he even,
Nice.
Yeah, he was with Kate, the boy.
He was? Oh my god, I don't remember that. Whoops.
Okay,
But you also did
here's the
girls, right?
timeline, but y'all think I'm crazy for it.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Hey.
So this is what happened.
Okay.
I remember because I was like
I remember
emotionally
you in it.
distraught of it. But
You were distraught.
But like, okay, so it was when I was dating the first guy first, right?
Ugh.
And then it was like a football game, right? And I was hanging out with my ex, whatever, and he came up to me, the other boy. We're gonna name my man's boy number 1 and the other one boy number 2.
Number 1's the one he's with.
Yes.
And 2's the second.
The one, the other one. And boy number 2 came up and he asked if boy number 1 was my boyfriend. And I was like, yeah, me being happy. And boy number 2 got really sad. Like, I saw him walk away, like, defeated. And I was like, oh, shit. Because prior to this, we would just, like, hug and hang out a lot. And I remember I even asked him, me and Briget asked him, like, hey, are you, like, fruity? And he was like, no, I'm not. So we're like, okay, whatever. So I thought nothing of it. But then he was, like, depressed. So I was like, was he fruity? And then about, like, 2 days after, he got with boy number 3, which boy number 3 is the one I hate.
It's a happy...
Oh my
The happy gay guy that I wanted to kill.
Oh, yeah.
You could pump your back really good, though.
But anyways, he got with boy number 3. And then, I swear they did it on purpose, but every time we did, like, a trip, like a bus trip on Saturday, no matter how, in front of our group naturally sits in front, to avoid the back.
Mm-hmm.
But they would always sit behind us.
I do remember that.
And they would just make out very loudly. And I'm just there like, ah!
I'm confused how the band...
There was another couple that also made out. It was an Asian flute girl who was like AP honors and everything. And then I turned around and she's making out. I was like, I didn't know you were like that, girl. I didn't know you went the other way, but hey. But anyways, that happened a lot.
Or every time we had a bus trip, they were always behind me. I usually sat alone because it was an odd number group, and Briget sat with our other friend, and Sophia sat with Chloe.
Who did I sit with?
Devin.
Oh.
So I was always alone, so I'm just there like...
But then I switched over and sat with you.
Well, not during this time. I remember always being alone during this time.
But I was like this, like this. Like I was outside.
We were always close. Like, we would always sit on the edge. But, like, it was, like, usually it was nighttime when we're all, like, kind of just going to sleep or whatever. And, like, that would always happen every fucking Saturday. Eventually, they broke up because of something. I'm not sure. And then he started dating a girl.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. And then... So, there was, like, that brief moment of, like, okay, whatever, that happened. I don't really have feelings or whatever. But then... he broke up with the girl. Because he broke up with the girl. It didn't work out, and the girl... I don't know who was the bad guy in this. I mean, I was more friends with the girl than him at this point, and the girl was like, oh, he was this and this and this. I was like, okay, sounds, reasonable. But then he started being nice to me again. About my late junior year, senior year. We started playing video games, and we started hugging and all that shit again. And, like, being all... He was literally flirting with me.
Yeah. Yeah, he
would, like, say things.
Lure him and tease him.
Yeah. And I'm just like, I try to play it cool, respond back, whatever, because I'm a perv. Like, even if you're not actually hitting on me, it's still something I'm like, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then, so, we go back, and I know. I hate how he does that.
But where were you?
Okay, so then, he's teasing me and whatever, and, those feelings kind of rekindle and whatnot. Anyway, it keeps going. We played some video games together, and he would, like, say, like, stupid shit. Like, we were playing Smash.
Oh my god, I remember that game.
Smash Bros. Is where it's at.
And, it was the Wii version, so my options there is just Princess Zelda and Peach.
Yeah.
And... they're playing... That's another story. I'm going to tell that story to lead up to this story. I'm sorry, but I love this story.
No, okay.
I remember it was because the person who brings it, you remember... I'm not going to say his name, but he was like a white guy. He was kind of mean, like Barry Jackson. Remember him?
Oh.
Yeah, he was like kind of mean. I think kind of racist because he always like looked down to our group.
A lot, actually.
Yeah. But, so... I wanted to play with them. Guys, let me tell you, in high school, no one knew that I, like, drew and played video games, like, religiously. No one knew that.
Mhm.
Like, they knew that. I couldn't really talk to them about video games because they don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. They were just like, yeah, Tony, and then move on. I'm like, okay. I'll just be here. Yeah, high school, our friend group, like, I love y'all. But it was, like, not a lot I could relate to, except for, like, bands. So
I mean, I still have my things, and I can't speak about it either.
yeah.
We all had our own things we couldn't talk about.
But, you know, that being such a large part of me, and then, you know, when someone finds out, they're like, you do that? I was like, yeah. Like, yeah.
Yeah,
But-
I was more judgmental.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes. Anyway, so I go up, it was like senior year by this point, you know. I remember it was the exam week, and you know how we don't fucking do
Yeah.
anything for band in the exam week. They just play video games and we sit there.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm like debating whether to go and play with them or not. And then I remember you going, Tony, just go. It doesn't matter. And I'm just like, okay, I'll be back. So I go. Jackson, being all snobby and mean, he was like, do you
Yeah.
even know how to play? Like, he's just like sassy me. And
Yeah.
then the other, so boy number 2 is there. And then the other boy, a different boy,
Yeah.
is there. They're like, dude, just let him play, whatever. And it's like, do you even know how to play? And I was like, yeah, like, I get the remote, and I, like, beat them all. Like, 3 times in a row, I just win. And I'm like, ha ha.
It's like you're like, it's like the Quiet King. You're like, no, yeah, I can see it would be a.
Yeah,
you
literally,
win.
I was like, I know how to play a little bit. I play with my family.
a
Yeah,
little rusty.
Yeah, if you see my family, we're all
Yeah.
kind of hardcore with video games. So I was like, I can just
Yeah.
play with my family. And then, you know, I beat them all, and they're like, oh shit, he knows how to play. And then eventually we were just fucking around, and I would be Princess Peach. And then boy number 2 would also pick the same character. He's like, can I be your princess? And I was like,
Ew,
I was
I'm
like,
sorry.
wait!
I'm sorry. I hate that. I hate that flirt.
Oh.
Just, can I be your prince? No.
I mean, at that time, I was like, oh, the feelings. But I was just playing cool. I was like, ah, sure, whatever. And then eventually, I got the guts to ask him out. And he was like, no, I'm not really looking for something right now. I was like, I'm done.
Wow.
And you
I'm
know
done.
someone to ask out first.
Yeah.
Just
So he
like,
was just playing with you.
Yeah,
But then you
he
give
just
him
strung
a
me
heart.
along the whole time.
That's the thing that's
Ew.
so fucked up though, because he was sad when you got in a relationship. So you're like, okay, like, you know, sorry, you know. He teases you, and then you're like thinking, yeah, I'm gonna say something, and then for you to have the guts to say, and he goes, nah. Then what was all that about? Like, were you?
Why were you doing that?
Dragging me into this.
So I was just like, yeah, whatever. And then after that, we stopped talking. And then I was doing parking with you one day. After we graduated, I helped them park. I hated that. I don't know why I said yes, but, you know, I was like, man.
I asked for help. I really needed it. Yeah.
But, you know, I was there parking, and there's a song I like from Hercules, I Won't Say I'm in Love. You know, the I won't say I'm
Yeah.
in love. And I just sing that randomly, like, no thought to it, right? And I'm just, like, singing and, like, parking, and guess who pulls up, like, on the parking thing? I was like, why?
What a coincidence.
Exactly. I was like, there's no fucking way. He was like, hey, Tony. I was like, hey.
And I was over here confused, like, what's going on? Because I was all the way across the
Yeah.
parking lot. So I was like,
Yeah,
what?
because she was down, like, you know, we're split, right,
Mhm.
to park it. And we're, like, in a weird little loopy the
Mhm.
curve, so they know where to go. And so I'm down here, I'm just like, no way, no, la, la, la. And it's like, you're parking, hey, Tony. And I was like, there's no fucking way. Because, you know, at this point, I'm still kind of like, fuck. But also, like, yeah, what if all these, like, you know, your brain is just like,
Yeah.
what if all this happened? Like, even though it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
So I was just like, there's no fucking way. Why would this happen right now? And yeah, that's
Damn.
that little history. I know it's
And then
not even a
between-
relationship. It was just...
But it was still they call it a situationship.
And then
Yeah.
she, like, for the longest time, she would judge me for it. She's like, Tony, shut the fuck up. And I'm like, okay. Like, I was
Yeah.
like, I feel like they're, like, out for me. They're, like, making out behind me. Shut the fuck up. They don't care. I was like, okay.
I'm sorry.
And then,
I
you
wish I
know,
was
now
better.
I, like, tell the story, and Bridget's here, like, oh, why would he do that? I'm like, you did not fucking care when it was happening.
But I emotionally was like, you know, I don't know what I even like. I just dated anybody. No, parking was horrible for me. So I got ran over from on my foot with me and a mom. Like we kind of got like pushed a bit with this truck because they ignored us. They got in trouble later on, but because the mom was like, "Did they just try to run over us?" I'm like, "I think so." And whose mom was? Oh my god, was it Randall's? I think it was Randall's. Oh. A mom.
A band mom.
Yeah. And she was like, I have not felt anger in a while. I'm going to go tell a teacher. And I was like, oh, because she was a very cheery mom.
Yeah.
She was very like, you know, and I was just like, energy. Oh my God, what's happening? Yeah, but then after that, she was very like, I haven't felt this in a while. And I was like, what do you want me to do? Do you need me to hug you? Like, I don't, I'm not a hugger.
Oh
yeah,
my
I'm not
God,
a
you're
hugger.
actually getting mad? The cheerful one? Oh.
Yeah, and I'm still not a hugger, y'all. I'm bad.
She only hugs me. And maybe Sid.
Sid, I have to be like, I have to know we're like friend. You know, I don't know, it's weird. I can't.
No, yeah, I was, like, I respect that, too, because there's times where I'm like, there, and I'm like, but I don't fully hug, I'm just like,
That's fine.
I'm like, I don't know how to comfort
I'm
you.
just particular, like, and it doesn't mean I don't like you at all, it's just,
yeah.
I've known him for so long.
I'm not-
And then there's me, the depressing guy who loves fucking hugs. Like,
We used to not like him.
Yeah, you used to hate him.
Yeah.
I remember you
and then
used to
you
push
hugged
me.
first, and I was like, oh, okay, and then I just hugged you.
well, I
and
don't
since
know.
then-
I don't know what happened, you know, between then and now. But like, I recently met a guy, not that way, but he was just a friend of a friend. So I was like, oh, okay, like, you know, it was kind of unexpected. I just was expecting to hang out with them and not this dude.
Yeah.
But and then, you know, he was just there for a little bit. He was just kind of saying hi, and then he gave us some stuff, and then he was gonna leave. But then he was like, okay, bye, man. It was nice meeting you. And he hugs me. And I was just like, oh, hug. And then he comes again. I was like, oh. Another hug.
I only hug you and there's one other friend named Aranza. Because aside from y'all, she's
Yeah.
really the only friend I truly trust. But it's also because I've known her since I've known you, actually,
Yeah.
too. And then Sid. That's about it.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
What about,
man.
we're gonna transition.
Now that's just high school trauma at this point. Now I'm
Oh,
thinking
God.
about it
It's fun to
again.
talk about sometimes because you're like, wow, that really happened.
Yeah.
It makes you
Yeah.
visualize,
That's like the
oh.
only drama that's ever happened to me in the fucking high school career.
No, I could keep
Everything else-
going
I
and
know, Bridget could
going.
keep going.
There's so much.
Well, there was that one time where that girl like said something about my gayness, and I was like, "What?" Remember
The one that says he can punch you?
What the no?
Oh.
Oh,
Hey,
no,
but you know
Wait,
that
who is
defended
this?
your
What is
name. Remember I
this?
told you.
Who? Yeah, her.
Her, yeah. I told you, like, yeah, she said she can beat you.
You
I
did
told
not
you,
tell
yes,
me
because you
that.
confronted her.
No, you didn't tell me that.
Yes.
Here, this is my side. This
Oh
is story.
my God.
You told me that just because I'm gay and Mexican doesn't give me a reason to slack off and something like
I remember
that.
that one.
That's all I remember of it.
I also remember telling you, yeah, she said she can beat you up, but like it was an English class. Cause I just all I said was, yeah, I really love Tony. He's like, oh, the short Mexican one, the gay one, and I was like, Jesus Christ, yes. But she said it very like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
I
And-
remember that part.
Yeah, and
like,
she
you telling
said,
me
oh,
that
we were
part.
talking about like, I don't know why we were talking about fighting. And she said, oh yeah, he's so short. I can actually like punch him. I could beat him for sure. And remember, I said, why are you talking
She wasn't
about
even
people
that
like?
tall either.
No, she was literally your height, about your height, or just like. 2
Also, I have like
inches.
a weird rage thing. Like, I'm very calm and collected. You
Yes.
know, I don't get mad. But when I do get mad, it's like I have the intent to kill.
No.
Like, there is no
Mhm.
barrier with like control. It's
I
like
know.
I'm here to take your life now. So I feel like if someone would do that to me, because I have beaten up people.
I mean,
I
I
mean,
know.
family, but like.
No, me too.
Like, okay, I'm gonna tell the story. We were playing airsoft guns. It was me and our cousins, right?
Yeah,
The older ones.
I know.
And for some fucking reason, they thought it was a good idea to be 3 against 1. Me being the one. I've always been like the odd one now. And I mean, it's its own little trauma story. But you know, ever now it's just like, ha! It still kind of hurts, but ha!
Mhm.
Yeah, I was always like the odd one out or whatever. So we were playing airsoft guns, which is like, you know, the little
Yeah.
BB pellet things, and 3 against 1. And so it got to the point I got so frustrated, so mad, that I just ran up to, not even ran up to him, I was like demonio walking, like just stomping to them, like, but slowly. They were shooting me and I wasn't flinching, because, you know, it kind of hurts. It hurts.
Your adrenaline's just.
Yeah, I'm just pissed off, and I go up to them and I start shooting them all in the face. Like, I just go up to them, shoot, and then I leave. And, you know, I still live here, so I just went home.
Yeah.
And then, like, after that day, they're like, yeah, we're not allowed to play airsofts anymore. I was like,
That's.
And then me, I'm just like, oh, I did something.
I thought it was just me though, because when I back then, I always got mad, but I've always wanted to get physical with the people. Like I always wanted to just be like, I want to like literally grab your neck and like tie it up real tight, you know. But like now I'm more like calm. But and like I'll still get upset and feel it, but it would take like when I get mad, I'm quiet and I'm already thinking of ways of how I want to like
hurt you.
torture you, like.
See, but the thing
in
is,
the
like,
most
I'm
weirdest
usually
ways.
calm and collected. Like, it takes a lot to piss me off.
To
Like,
piss you off, yeah.
Yes, like for anyone, it's like, whatever, right? But that moment, it was just, and I've done that a couple times too. This is just the more memorable moment.
No, I've jumped my cousins, man.
What?
Like I've jumped them.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know.
Same.
Like I remember I would get rocks and start hitting him in the face with the rocks and like. Yeah.
It's whack, man. But that was like the most memorable moment because like they literally got bruises and everything because of like how
I've been shot by BB guns.
consistently I just kind of.
Wow, I thought
Should
you
have
had
done
like
3
3
to
shots.
1.
Exactly, right? That's my like thing. Like, dude, it was 3 of you against 1.
Why would you not think I'm gonna like pop off? I mean, I get it.
Period.
And like I didn't like BB gun. Like that was like their phase, right? And them being like they were older than me, but like not by a lot, maybe by 2 years. And that was like their phase. That I hated the BB gun things because it hurt, and it was like I don't like this. I don't get it. I don't like it. And then so but that was the phase, and technically that's like my only friend group right now in the family because they're still too young. Like this is maybe I'm still young at this point.
We were toddlers, man.
Yeah, they weren't like old enough to be hanging out with me, so I was like, yeah, that happened, and then we weren't allowed to use them anymore. Because, all of them came home with, like, bruises and shit, and I'm just there, like, yeah, whatever.
I say it's a slave.
And then I grew up, and then
I
Tony
grew up.
started beating me up. There were times where
You're next!
Tony would beat me up so bad. I was like, what the hell? What I do? He'd be like, don't cry.
You're like, oh, that's like the normal one, when you hit someone too hard, just like, wait, I'll give you my food.
No, I wish
And I didn't want to cry because I was like, I looked up to Tony a lot. I was like, not great. She's like, not great.
Oh,
Tony would actually hit me real hard. So I was like, I'm not crying.
so mean.
There was a lot of repressed anger, let me tell you.
There
'Cause
was-
it was just trying to deal with, like, what the fuck, am I gay? And then, like,
Yeah.
all throughout when I was growing up, I was called names. Like, when I grew up, I just now realized the definition of the names they were calling me.
Yeah.
But, like, when I was growing up, I didn't know what they meant. I was just like, okay, that's something they're calling me. I know it's hurtful, but I don't know what it means. And then, like, in high school, maybe, like, junior year, I'm, like, thinking back. I was like, oh, they were, like, basically just telling me, like, slurs for gay and shit like that. And I was like, oh.
I can relate in the sense of more so, I was so sexualized that now I haven't done anything sexual right now in, like, maybe a month or so. And if I do something sexual, I get uncomfortable. And it's not because of him. It's just being touched makes me sometimes, like, shrink. Like, being sexual is from 8 years old.
Yeah.
It first started when I was 4, then it picked up at 8, and then all the way till, like, 16, 17. It's like... And then I've definitely done my errors thinking certain things were okay because I was groomed and thinking that's okay to do that. And no, guys. Point is, what I'm trying to say is there was a lot of things that happened to me that I thought were okay.
Yeah.
And so I was like, yeah, this is fine. But now when I'm in a healthy relationship, it's like, I tell him, like, don't get mad I'm sorry, don't get mad at me if I don't want to do this. And he'll be like, why am I going to be mad? I'm like, I don't know, like, maybe you want to and I don't want to. My parents like, that's fine, let's just go eat. Like, I'm chill.
Yeah.
But like, oh my god, you chirp? Oh my goodness.
I kind of chirped in a way. I don't know how I did
That was a chirp, bro. It sounded like my cat when he see a bird outside.
I don't know how I chirped, but damn, that's relationship goals.
No, like, I'm not comfortable being touched. I'm going through a phase right now where I'm not comfortable being touched for, like, a month now. And I tell him, I'm so sorry. Like, if you have to go, like, pleasure yourself. And I'm sorry. And he's very like, no, I don't need to. If I have an urge, I just eat. Or I play games. I'm like, is that torture for you though? He's like, no, Briget. I can control it. It's fine. Like, he's genuinely is like, do you want to clean with me? Do you want to eat with me? Like, you know, he has to reassure
food, like,
me.
I want food.
Yeah, I mean, we're foodies. We're such big foodies.
It's like them, not tomodachi. I'm thinking about, oh my god, I don't know, the little game. And she's like, I want food. Please.
Oh, yes, those.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you talking about? Yeah, those. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it was a lot. And now I don't like being sexualized. I don't like being touched. I don't want to be hugged, or if I hug you, it's because I really trust you. Like, I know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
I take hugs seriously.
Honestly, I can relate to that, but no, yeah, I can relate to that because I mean, my family, our family is known for doing that to her because almost all the girls we have been sexualized a lot.
What about your own family?
Yeah, and it's just like, they're like, oh, you're so skinny and everything, and they're like, they admired me a lot because I was really skinny. I was like a twig. I don't know how they found that attractive, but I mean. It was mostly the moms. They were like, oh my gosh, you're so pretty. Yeah, everything. But then, recently, got my big hips. And they're like, they have not said anything recently. I mean, my mom has. My mom still. She goes like, I ain't not gonna smacks me or grabs me. And I'm like,
I don't like that.
Me. I'm like, Mom, you don't know this, but I was actually sexually assaulted. And she's like, when? And I had to tell her how I got sexually assaulted at a carnival. One time by some random strange white girls. And then she was like, what did they do? I'm like, they grabbed my ass like you grabbed me, so don't do that.
It kind of triggers. Yeah, I remember when I told my mom 4 months ago, when I was R-worded.
Yeah.
I told her for the first time, and that shit was hard. Because she said something, and I was like, okay, I have to tell you because you're not understanding because you think I'm just saying this for attention, but I have been R-worded, and that's where she, like, was in shock, started crying, and I was like, why are you crying? Like, this happened already, it's done with. Yeah. And she's like, because I feel like I failed you, da-da-da. And I was like, well, that's why I need to tell you, when I tell you just, like, a no means no, Mom. Or, like, stop defending for these people when you think I'm just saying this for attention. And it's not that she never believed me, it's just, again, me being such a dramatic, or I'm too passionate, or I'm too this. People don't take me seriously, which Exhibit A, them, and Exhibit B, my family. But there were a lot of times where I was basically calling for help, and people would just be like, oh, she's being dramatic. But I'm like, no, please. So I ended up hurting myself. I was suicidal. I've attempted 3 times. I attempted last year. It was a whole thing. So now my family knows, like, or at least my mom respects, like, I hear you.
Yeah.
And I redirected of being so, like, yes, I'm dramatic, but I'm telling him the truth. I'm just being very loud about it.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm not lying, you know? Yeah, so I get it.
But, like, they like, now, it's like, now my mom sexualizes me, but she insults me a lot, too, with my body. Because, like, even though it's this average what I am, my body is average, it is normal, it's healthy, I'm actually eating, I got some melanin.
They're not used to seeing you like that.
Yes, they're not used to it, and it's like, there's days where she goes, I ain't not going that. But then she's like, you need to lay it off because your gut is noticing. And I'm like, this is a small gut. What? And I'm like, and then there was a time where she caught me changing. Like, because my doors don't have locks. Oh. She was doing the laundry. She's busting my room without even knocking. It's busted. I was changing, and she's like, ¿Qué es esto? I have stretch marks on my, like, hips and everything. Yeah. And they're, like, noticeable. And she's like, ¿Qué es esto? ¿Te lastimaste? I'm like, no, they're my stretch marks. They're cool. Like, I love stretch marks, man. I love them so much. I'm like, yes. And my mom's like, that's not pretty. Da-da-da. I was like, Miss Girl, you can't say that my stretch marks are not pretty. Mm-hmm. I'm like, you know what? Get out. But
you have so many now, yeah.
It's like, I'm sexualized, or I'm either insulted for something that they sexualize me for. And
it's just like, being a woman in our culture.
Yeah, especially when you're, like, small.
Yeah.
Linda,
for me was, no matter what weight I was, it was always my butt. It was always my butt. It was my butt. Even uncles, it was always my butt. Yeah. I hated it so much. I tell them, please stop.
Run away from it.
And you can't say anything. Be like, ay, get like, bad mannered. Like, she's so badly mannered. And I'm like, because I said no. I don't like you saying that my butt looks big or whatever. I'm uncomfortable. You're my uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Like, my uncles and my dad, they knew to respect that rule. They don't do what your uncles do, but I mean,
that's that side.
That's something.
But again, that's just being a woman in our culture, unfortunately.
I remember telling a coworker of mine, like, I raised most of the coworkers that, like, I have been with throughout my years. I raised them. I trained them. They're, like, my own kids. And I was like, oh, yeah. And then I was, like, telling him, I was like, oh, yeah, I just got catcalled today. Da-da-da. I was, like, talk about it so casually. And then he's like, he looked at me, like, with pure fear. Like,
and you're like, what?
I'm like, what's wrong? He's like, someone whistled at you? And I'm like, yeah, they whistled at me. And everything, and were like saying things behind me while I was just trying to go shop at Kroger.
That's why I don't like going to the primos, bro.
Los primos, there's a bunch of those creeps. I can't even do nothing.
No.
That's why I have to go to the back.
Me and my mom go in there. Well, I can't do that.
You can't do that, but I can.
You can. I can't. And with their families there too, and they're like, and I'm like, hello.
I'm like,
I feel like it can see me through my clothes. My mom hates it. She's a busted woman.
Yeah.
So she has to, like, cover herself, and she'll put a mochila. Like, she's just kind of like, and she has to send money to Mexico, and y'all have the phones. Mm-hmm. So, she's like, please come with me. And I'm like, okay.
My mom,
we'll both be the victims.
Like, my mom, she doesn't get catcalled or anything, or maybe she does. I don't know. But, like, I would always get catcalled whenever me and Tony would work together and everything. Like, I remember one dude actually, like, managed to, like, get some pics or clips or something. I don't know, maybe he was on a phone call, but I'm pretty sure FaceTime didn't exist at that time. Or maybe it did, but I don't know. But, like, it was creepy because his camera was following me, so I just assumed. And
they don't hide it.
No, yeah, they don't hide it. They're all out daylight. And it's like, I told my mom that she didn't believe me. She was like, you're crazy. And then ever since that day, I never help out in Los Primos.
I know, right? And, like, even I agree, like, okay, so it's nothing as severe as this, but, like, men there are just, like, kind of stupid. Like, there was one time they thought I looked like someone. I don't know who, whatever. And I'm just sweeping the floors, right? Mm-hmm. This is when I was still working there.
Well, yeah.
And I'm just sweeping the floors, minding my business, doing my job. And they were like, look, dude, look at me. Dude, look at me. Like, they wanted to take a picture, but they didn't even ask. They were like, look at me so I can take a picture. You look like this dude. And I was like, no, like, go away. Like, I told them to go away. And they're like, no, come on. They, like, kept pestering me. It's not anything like that, but I'm just there sweeping.
It's still.
And I'm just like,
everyone in Los Primos
go away. I just
valid.
went to the back, and I was like, I'm not going out right
Customers in Los Primos are hella rude and disrespectful.
That's
I remember
I always
they used to
something.
sexualize, and they still do. Every once in a while, when I do help out, there's a coworker of my mom's who's a good friend of mine too. I love her, period. I love that girl. She's bi and everything.
Is she the girl with the short hair?
Short hair,
yeah. I know you're talking about.
I love her, respect her, follow her on Instagram and everything. She is a buff girl and respect. She is independent. She got her boyfriend though. I'm pretty sure it's fiance or something. I don't know.
I thought they broke up.
Did they?
The muscle dude?
Yeah.
I thought they broke up.
They're not together? I haven't caught up with her at all.
Was like, oh,
my God!
But, like, she would talk about him a lot with me when I helped her out, but I haven't heard much about him, so I thought they were still together. Oh, they broke up.
Well, I think so, because it was a while back, we were talking about it. I was talking about it with, like, your mom and my mom or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah, what about her boyfriend? And, like, they were like, oh, I think they broke up because they don't post pictures of each other.
Is that why she was crying at the Tito's restaurant when we invited her?
I don't know.
Because my family invited her to a family dinner, and she was crying, and I was, like, confused, and my mom was comforting her and telling her to leave him or something, so I was just like...
back, so...
Oh, man.
I knew she was zesty.
Yeah,
okay.
and she is. I love that girl.
She got that cut. I was like, it's not a normal cut.
But, like, yeah, and every gross men would be like, they'd be like, oh my God, son lesbianas, andan juntas?
Men like lesbians,
like,
I know.
And I was like,
they think it's
no,
hot.
and they go, no estamos juntos, like, we're not together. I am younger than her by a lot.
How old is she?
She's adult, I guess you could say, like, maybe, like...
10 years older than
30.
us? Yeah.
She's up there already,
She's 30 or something. And I'm over here like, no, she's older than me, everything. And they're like, oh, pues son hermanas. And I'm like, that's worse. I'm like, no somos hermanas. We're not sisters. We're just really good friends. Because, like, I met her from my mom and everything. I'm just helping. And Los Primos. And they were like, but, like, they love to sexualize that. And, like, and it doesn't even matter. I could be talking about Los Primos outside of Los Primos, like, at McDonald's. And they're like, oh, la peroncita. They always talk about her. She's so popular. And everybody's like...
She's been there for so many years.
And they're like, oh, she's gay. And, like, I would be like, I don't know if she is. But I'm pretty sure she's not, I said. Because at the time, I thought she had a boyfriend and everything. And I thought she was straight. Turns out she's not. Just found that out. My mom was like respecting her being who she is, but she doesn't respect me. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
because it's not in her immediate family.
Are you serious?
Because I figured out because it's not in her immediate family, so
my
they
mom
don't
was
care.
like, oh, she can do whatever she wants. She likes it that way. She can go like that. And my mom, I looked at her, and that's how I found out she was bi. And I was like, are you fucking serious?
You fucking
I'm like, next time I'm gonna be like, I know your family. Hello, fellow bisexual.
I straight up vibe with Christine. I'll be like, what's up?
Yeah.
But now I'm gonna vibe way more because now I know she's
Yeah. I love that.
Like, period. Because I knew something was up, but I was like, I'm probably just simping or something.
Out of all the coworkers, I've always gone to her like for help a lot of times because I'd be embarrassed about my Spanish. I can speak it, but the second there's other like actual speakers,
nice.
like I'm like, ¿Me puedo ayudar? Because there was another one that worked. I'm not sure if she's your family or not. I'm sorry if she is. But she was really mean.
Not all of them there are my family.
Oh no,
I don't know. That's what I said. I don't know if they are or not.
Yeah, they're all friends mostly.
Well, anyway, I was
Only
getting
4
pan
families.
dulce like by myself because all on my own now. So I was like, okay, like by myself, first time shop there.
Wow.
And I go get my pan dulce. I put it in the bag. See how my mom does this. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. I put it there. She goes, ¿Cuántos son allí? And I was like, oh, it's this many. She goes, she has other questions that I didn't know what she was trying to ask me, and I felt embarrassed. I was like, ay, perdón, no entiendo lo que me está
I'm hoping it's
preguntando.
not my mom. I'm just hoping.
No,
so
no, your
bad.
mom looks
Your
like.
mom speaks English too, though.
Oh no, yeah.
Your mom and like the main.
She had
people,
colored eyes.
They
Oh, then I think I know who you mean.
More
I hate her
paler.
ass,
She's older, you know,
Wait,
bigger.
pale, skinny? No, big.
No.
You said big. Never mind.
Is she small? Short?
She's made like my height. Isn't the floor there a little higher? No.
No.
In the back?
No?
No.
Never mind then. I don't know. I can't tell you because my vision went blurry the second I went nervous. So I was just like, you know.
But it's
Maybe
okay.
my height were a little taller.
Because I'm
I
thinking.
had a low ponytail, but kind of like a mom. She was like a mom, like a Mexican mom, but just paler.
No, yeah. I feel like I know who you're talking about, but I don't know either too.
But anyways, and
Continue.
she asked me this question. I was like, perdón, no entiendo la pregunta que me está preguntando. And then
Cristina?
Yeah, Cristina. Well, I guess not her name.
Well, yeah, I respect her. Like,
Yeah,
we're
no,
not
it's
talking
fine.
shit.
She goes, and I asked her the question, like, ella no sabe, whatever. And she's like, and she asked me, I was like, no. And she's like, okay. And I guess she was confused that I didn't understand, so I was like, oh my god, I'm embarrassed. But she, like, looked at it and she's like, yeah, it's that. She was, ¿estás segura que es esto? Like, to her, and she's like, yes. And then she did it for me. I was like, this has never happened. I don't know. Just bond. Just take it. It's bond.
Yeah.
And she was nice, though. And then I had to ask another question, and she came, but I was like, oh, no tengo pregunta. But then Cristina comes, and I was like, sí tengo pregunta. Because not that, because okay. Oh my god, because I felt comfortable. I always felt comfortable in general, just over the years.
Helps everyone make
And then I know she had that haircut, and I was like, oh, she got a haircut. I told my mom about it too. She's like, why are you talking about her a lot? I'm like, she's
love
just
her
that one
haircut.
stable person that like
She
I always
asks
see
me.
her.
She like when she noticed that I got my haircut, she was
Yeah.
like, who did it? How do I do it? How do I do this? And I was like giving her all.
And she
I was
got like a new
here,
hairline and everything.
Yeah, I would teach her everything that she needed to know for her haircut. And I was like, this, that, and she was like, thank you. And now she looks better than me, and I'm like,
It
damn
was
it.
good haircut, yeah.
I'm like, okay. And I'm like, Mom, can I have a haircut like her? And my mom's like, no. And I'm like,
Nah.
but like, I want to go help out Cristina again, cause she's like, when are you coming back? Like, I want to see you.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you again. And I'm like, I love you, but no, I'm not going back. But I do pay visits every once in a while. I'm like, there was one time I paid a visit very late night. My dad was closing the shop, and she was over here like, she was like casually opened up a beer and everything. She was like,
Yeah.
she's like, that's the nice stuff, and I'm like, okay. And she's like,
It's
you want
heavy.
some? And I'm like, it was like the week one,
Oh.
but she was like, you want some? And I'm over here like, and my mom's like, no, and I'm like,
Man.
and I'm like, Mommy.
Yeah, Hispanic families, they be feeding you beer like at age 4.
But like,
At least for me.
Christina's respect to her, love her. She is buff though. If you have seen her,
I haven't paid attention
she
to her like
she
that.
may be skinny, but
She got sleeper built. Meaning she looks tiny,
she looks
but then when
tiny,
she
but she's
flexes,
built.
yeah.
And I'm just like, wow.
I know she carries a lot of the boxes. I see her going.
No, she works out too. That's like most of her.
No, yeah, I'll
Instagram.
show you her
Yeah.
Instagram after this podcast.
Yeah,
Dead
because
ass.
even her boyfriend or ex or whatever,
Yeah.
like they would work out together, and that's what most of the pictures were. But he was like,
He was a muscle builder.
He was
She
swole.
wasn't. She was just doing it.
she was just normal.
Yeah.
Respect to her. But my mama really loves her. She's like, I love this girl. I'm like, do you love me? Mommy?
Dang.
But anyways, enough about Los Primos and my mom not liking me for
God.
She doesn't know, but then she says she knows, and then it's weird.
She's in her stage of like denial, but not denial.
No, because then one day she forgets it, and then I'm over here coming out of the closet again, and be like, "Oh, girl, I'm gay," and she's like, "No, you just haven't met the right guy," and I'm like, "Honey."
No, she knows. She's just in
In
denial.
denial.
Because she's already told the whole family.
Tony told me. She was like, I'm a lesbian. I think she overheard one of my phone calls where I was like simping over a girl.
This was like a hot.
I had to be careful when I was back at home. All I had was my sister, when she acknowledged my sexuality, she gave me these 2 small bisexual flags.
Oh, my brother got a lesbian Disney
I love
flag,
that.
and I was like, Disney's homophobic, but okay.
But hey, he's not the cat.
I think he's more just trying to support you.
And take that.
I keep it hidden, because I'm like, what if the parents know what a lesbian flag is? So I'm like,
What is a lesbian flag?
it's pink, white.
Isn't it also
Pink, orange, white. I
yeah,
love
something
it.
like that.
It's just a bunch of pink.
Mine's purple, blue, and pink.
Yeah.
Is that bi?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's for bi.
But-
Yours is just green, white.
Oh.
It's different shades of green.
I have a flag.
Huh?
Yeah,
Right.
I'm still learning.
the gay flag is just
Yeah.
green, like different shades of green, and then white.
Oh, that was just the pride flag.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Well, that is one, but
I
that's
mean,
for
that
everyone.
applies
Yeah.
for everyone.
That applies
like,
for everyone, yeah.
Yeah, I'm still learning a lot of these stuff.
No, yeah, and there's different flags for everything.
There's so many controversial things, but I keep that to myself because.
Because, like,
Woo!
there's like a flag
Okay.
for aromantic, which is people who don't go into it until they meet the person. And I'm like, oh, I am that. And then I told Tony that, and he's like, that's called normal human decency. I'm like, well, I don't know.
I think that's just normal.
Well, apparently not. So.
Apparently
There's so
not.
many other
I'm like,
things.
oh.
I'm gonna say it, and y'all just give me y'all's opinion, okay? And then we'll finish
Go
it there.
ahead, be homophobic.
No, I'm not
This is the only
homophobic.
time to be homophobic. Say fuck them gays.
Gays.
My
Say
God.
it. Fuck them gays.
Fuck them
Oh,
gays.
forgot. I showed it to
The
me. I
Brad
was like, what are you talking about?
The little Brad.
Yeah.
Video.
Okay,
You were cheated on. This is the only time you can be homophobic.
I thought you just straight said. I'm like, yeah, I know. Twice. But okay.
Typical.
So you know pronouns she, her, they, them,
Yeah.
he, him. What do y'all think about neo pronouns?
What are
Neo?
Neo?
Wow. Okay.
Wait, is it the Jeers?
Yeah, and then
the
there's like
X?
bun self and
I only know
rotten
the X
self
ones.
and et self and.
Oh.
Do
Fuck
y'all
yourself.
think? Yes. Is it? Do you believe that those are
Pronouns?
real pronouns,
See-
or you're like, okay, at this point, you're just grabbing anything, and people are making this as a joke
I already
now?
believe that it's already grabbing anything at this point.
See, the
Me
X
and Len
are
had
the
this.
Jeer, whatever the Jeer is.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
I'm okay with it. It's like, okay, if you want to use it, go ahead. But I'm like, it's so hard for me to say it. I'm like, and we're struggling, and I'm like, but it's okay. It's okay.
See,
I respect. I'm like, you do you, but don't force it upon me by
Yes.
saying, oh, you said it wrong. And I'm like,
no, okay, so most of the time it seems like they're not even worth my time. Because I am respectful to anyone. And, like, I try to
Mm-hmm.
do whatever they want, you know? Like, no, what if it makes them feel comfortable and whatnot, because I know some of them are serious about it. But I do feel like most of them are just like, this is how I'm different. Especially with, like, Gen Z and, like,
yeah, they want to stand out. I'm like, I know your mom and dad don't love you, but come on,
I
man.
know, right? But, you know... It's just stupid bitches.
Okay.
You know, like,
Do you think it stops by they them? Like they them is like that's
See, they don't
understandable.
understand.
But from
I
there
don't
on,
really care about the whole pronoun things, as long as you're respectful to me. If I get it wrong or something on accident, like if obviously
Yeah.
if I'm provoking
yeah.
you, but like so many people I've actually not been with, but like met so many people where they don't even like introduce their pronouns like at any point of the relationship.
Yeah.
And maybe like we're just starting out. Usually we're just starting out, and I get it wrong, right?
Mm.
And then they go off. They're yelling and everything, and at that point I'm just like, okay, fuck it. Like I don't even fight back or anything.
yeah.
I'm just like, it was nice meeting you. Goodbye. We're not friends. I
had
don't plan to
different
be
friend
friends
groups.
with you.
The ones that I would accidentally misgender, because I mean I met them originally before they transitioned, and then I messed up. Took me about a month or two to adjust, and they were patient with me. But then there was the other ones where they were like, oh, those were my exes. Were you gonna push those back?
You act like we're not gonna make mistakes. Like, this is new to me. Give me a minute to adjust. I'm not saying I'm gonna accept you. I'm just adjusting.
It takes me about a month or two, or sometimes a year to adjust. Because I'm so used to saying it. I'm talking
you were,
fast.
yeah.
And I even misgender people in real life. I'd be like, girl to a dude.
I do the same thing. I'm just bad with nouns in general.
Or I'm like, dude with a girl. Like, I misgender everyone, fool. Like,
so
don't
that's
get mad at me.
interesting perspectives. You necessarily don't care, but you also are like,
I mean,
grab anything.
it's gotten to the point where, like, I just
Anything.
ignore him in total.
Yeah.
Like, I don't strive to be friends. I don't strive to, like, understand them because they just yell at me. So I'm like, whatever.
That's understandable. That is true.
Me, I have friends who are that, and I managed to, like,
But I'm
adjust.
also, if you guys, I mean, I know you guys notice, or you guys probably know, but I'm talking to viewers now. If you guys haven't noticed, I really don't care about the LGBT element, my community that I supposedly belong to, because it's just so much bullshit now. I'm like,
a lot of them right
I'm
now.
gonna just do me, and like, fuck who I want, and be who I want without all the fucking labels and all the fucking drama.
Be who
And
you are.
But respect.
Yep.
Oh, finish your solo. Finish your solo. Yes. Good.
Well, that's it. Oh yeah, go on. Finish yours. So I can put mine.
Respect to you, like, cause honestly, the LGBTQ community has become very
Toxic.
very toxic. Very toxic, and it's just like, it's not the same. We fought back then for something peaceful, for something that we all
And now
are
they've
welcoming.
become-
But now we become toxic bitches. It's like, what is wrong? What happened? I'm like,
Here's my intake.
go ahead.
Because, okay, if later on I become famous, I'm just kidding. No, I can't do neopronouns. Not that I can't do. At that point, you're grabbing every object as something and making it a noun. I don't think it's right, only because you're kind of taking away the actual purpose of a pronoun. Like, I go by she, her, they, them.
Yeah.
So, like, that, like, I feel like that's where the line should be. Like, I'm not gonna go to, I'm not comfortable if you tell me, yeah, my name is, or my pronouns are bunny self and itself. I'm not comfortable. Give me your name instead. Because personally, for me, it takes away its actual meaning and actual thing, and people won't take you seriously because you're grabbing an animal. You're proving the people who say I'm a helicopter, that old joke, that one.
Joke, yeah.
You're proving that. So like, I personally feel like I'm not comfortable with that. But then I remember someone said you're homophobic for thinking that. I'm like, no,
you are not.
I'm not, because you're grabbing an animal, a object, and saying that's you. That's not you. That's not how it works. And about the community, it has gone toxic. I've noticed.
Really
That's why
bad.
I'm just like on my own. Like, I got my own things. I know that I just know I'm not straight. They have terms for. And then I'm 50-50 on this. I love that they have terms for a lot of things because it validates you. But also, there are terms where I'm like, isn't that, like you said, a common decency? That's just common decency. That a straight person could even be I'm waiting till marriage or waiting till this. That's how, if you don't know,
That's
it
how
started
it
with
works.
religion, and then from there on, I'm not invalidating anyone in the LGBT. But at the same time, like he said, it is Gen Z. Guys, we need to, like, not be like that. And I sound like an old Hatainist, but not super sensitive on certain things.
Oh,
I feel scared saying that, to
Like,
be honest.
right
But
now,
it's true. It's true. The community has gone toxic. The community has gotten so, like, even if I accidentally say, I'm sorry, I'm in she, I'm sorry, I apologize, and you're attacking me, like, bye. I'm
Exactly.
I've
That's
been
why I don't even try.
You know those names that they
Exactly.
choose? They choose Finn, Moss. It's another one? Their name, when they transition and everything, they choose the most random names ever. And it's like Finn, Moss,
What is that supposed to be, though? I don't get it.
no, their names. Like, when they change their names. That's their,
no.
they name themselves Finn, Moss. There's another one, like, there's different names. I remember one of my exes was named one of those names. But, they named themselves basic names, and I'm just like, oh, okay. whatever.
At the end of the day, I know they're trying to be very
And I'm like, I'm respecting their names. I'm
No,
like, cool,
yeah,
fine.
that's the thing,
Like,
it's
if I tell
hard.
you to call
But
me
they're
my
basic
nickname,
names because
good.
they can choose their names, yeah. But like, they're also considering the fact that like if their parents are accepting them, obviously the parents are not gonna be like, yeah, name yourself a wheelbarrow. They want normal names.
Yeah, like give them a normal name, like something like that. Don't name yourself Moss.
Name yourself Moss. That was
Who's
really
named
fast.
Moss? I'm sorry. I'm serious.
No, you're fine. I believe
Who is
you.
named Moss?
But what I'm trying to get at is that, guys, is like, yes, you're validated on what you are comfortable with, but also please don't take away the actual reason why we fought for what we have.
Exactly.
Like,
the trans women
be
didn't
respectful.
die for this.
Yeah.
They didn't die for this.
Like, be mindful and like, don't be so chronically online, bro. I can't stand the chronically online people. The amount of arguments I've gotten on in the comments on TikTok, because one, they're fun as fuck. It's some more drama. I'm like, just like hating. I have fun people on the. If I need to pull them up, I'll do them for next time. I'll screenshot them and stuff.
Ooh.
On Instagram, on TikTok, and I'm just like chronically online. Like, you are. If you're getting mad because I put an opinion. There's a thing on K-pop fandoms where someone's like, I personally don't prefer this type of music for them, but honestly, good for them. Someone be like, wow, they're talking crazy. And I'll be like, why is that crazy? Because they're backhanding compliments and all that stuff. I'm like, they're giving an opinion. Opinions are allowed. Yeah. Like, well, of course, you're a... What is it? So, the fandom for Twice is once. So, yeah. Like, of course, you're a once. You're going to be talking like that. I'm like, what does that have to do with my personality? Yeah. And you're a Blink. I could say y'all are toxic and y'all hate on everyone. And honestly, they're so physically aggressive to people in concerts. And y'all literally punch someone at a concert simply because they're a once. But I didn't say that. And then they were like, wow, chronically online. And I'm like, I'm chronically online? And I went off. I was like, y'all can't handle opinions from others. It's just a simple thing. They even said good for them. I think opinions can't be a thing here. And then people were agreeing with me afterwards. They were like, oh, no, thank you. Like, someone said it. Like, da-da-da-da-da. It's like, it's just, people can have the opinion. There's a difference of being mean and having an opinion. Mm-hmm. If you're being mean, you're just straight being mean.
There's a video you should watch with this. It's by Señor Pelo called Opiniones.
Yes, I
and
love
he goes
him.
into this a lot.
Really?
Yeah, he's really... He's like, his mental state is like us.
Oh, so love that.
He's like Beto, but way more extreme. He's like...
he's funny too. He makes funny videos most of the time, but this is like the one serious video that was weird, but like, he's still funny about it. But he's like, yeah, you can have good opinions, destructive opinions, blah, blah, blah. And then he, like, goes into, like, opinions. But he's like, but in the end, it doesn't fucking matter. They're all opinions.
Yeah. No, it's true, though.
Just, I don't like this pee-pee. Takes it
off. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, he's really weird. And the thing is, it's like, so he's Mexican, and he's like, his original language is Spanish, so he has like a really thick accent when he talks in English. He usually does his videos in both languages, like he'll have a Spanish version and an English version.
Okay.
But he'll, like, the English one, it's funny, because he talks pretty good English, but like, you can tell most of what he learned from English is like, not through school, it's like through social media and like stuff like that. So he'll say things and you're just like...
I love that. But, yeah, y'all, like, just... Don't be chronically online, but also be mindful of others, and know what an opinion is rather than being just stupid and rude.
Look, if you're nice, I'll defend you, but if you're not, no.
Yeah.
Suffer.
If you're nice as a human, then, like, I'll take the time to know you, because, like, whatever.
You're being nice.
Yeah, because, like, I had a friend who is trans, right? And... I was over here respecting it. And I was like, and they worked with me at McDonald's. McDonald's, they didn't know nothing much about the gays, because I mean, I was the only gay person there, and I didn't teach them, I guess. But they were like, what? They're like misgendering this person so much in Spanish. But the thing is, person didn't know because they don't speak Spanish. But I was like, no. And I was correcting everyone. I was like, no, guys, they're he. You gotta keep that in mind. You're being kind of rude, man. And they're like, ay, tu que sabes? I'm like, no, I'm just saying, be nice, man. And then. Like, I'm not trying to get mad or anything. And I would, like, tell the person, I was like, yo, they're saying this, are you okay with this? Like, because I wanted to see, like, And they're like, yeah, I'm okay with it. Like, you're getting adjusted to it, too. And I'm like, oh, okay. So now we're good friends. Every once in a while we do see each other. Really rare, but I mean, respect to the dude.
Yeah.
I remember my mom met this dude for the first time, and she was like, "That is the most feminine dude ever." And I'm like, "Oh."
Flamboyant.
Like, yeah, and it was like, "That's the most feminine dude ever." And I'm like, "Well," I had to tell her what everything, right? And then she was like, "Oh, you're being respectful. Period. Raised you good." And I'm like, "Yeah." But I'm like, "You raised me good, but you still don't love." I'm still
Again,
talking.
yeah, it's that like
I'm still
I
going
can love
there.
everyone else, accept everyone else, but you.
Oh
like-
God.
And the thing is, she knows because she's already told the family.
Yeah.
I
Like,
had
she-
to tell her. And
Yeah.
she's like, "That's what I wanted to do." But
I wanted to do it. She ruined it. Now I don't even want to do it anymore.
Just let it be you, man. There's
I'll just probably bring someone to the house and be like, "This is mine."
I know someone who's never out of themselves,
Mhm.
but they dress a lot like she's kind of more of the masculine side type, you
Ooh,
know.
Period.
But they've never said anything. Family never questioned it. That she talks about girls, the cut and everything. No one ever questioned her, and that's just like okay. Like, everyone knows, but no one has said anything. I feel that's the way to go. It's like you don't gotta know my business, but if you know, you know. That's it.
Exactly.
that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Because, like, even my mom, she was like, you know, when are you going to come out or whatever? If you do, like, she told me her whole story of, like, how accepting me happened for her, like, her side of it. And honestly, it was like, oh, Mom. Like, thank you, Mommy. Because she was like, because I remember she was telling me that, you know, when her mom, like, told everyone, she was like, oh, shit, like, do I need to be telling everyone? But then she's like, no, like, this
It's
is
not
his
mine.
thing, this is his thing. Like, I just need to be supportive. And, like, she really, like, that was the main theme
Yeah.
of her struggle, right? Like, what should I do? Like, what do I do with this information? And, like, what's heartwarming for me is that her main conclusion for, like, every time it came up, she was like, no, this is his thing. Like,
His business.
he'll deal with it. I just need to be there when he does and whatever.
Well, is your mom born here in America?
She was born here, but on accident. Because she was supposed to be
Sorry.
born in Mexico. But then Grandma was like, oh, no.
Was she raised in America?
No.
Okay, about the same age as a more
they,
open-minded.
they were still raised down there.
Okay.
But my mom is one of the younger ones.
I mean,
She's
she's
second
a little more
youngest.
open-minded, I guess.
Because my tia is the youngest, and then my mom is the second youngest. And then everyone
That's my
else is-
mom. My mom's the second to youngest, and then Sophia's mom is the youngest.
But, so, you know, she was telling me, and it was actually really nice. I was like, oh, like, thanks, Mom.
Yeah.
That's nice. I
Considered
love you
your
for that.
yeah.
considering how we started out, because, I mean, starting out was rough, don't get me wrong, like,
Yeah.
that was bad, like, it was really bad, but, I was just like, oh, like, thanks, I'm, like, so glad we got there eventually, like,
Mm-hmm.
because I still get shit all the time, like, I tell my story to, like, other people, coworkers, and whatever, and they're like, why don't you hate, like, your dad, or whatever, like, well, you know, me and my dad are fine now, like,
Why ruin that?
yeah, exactly,
get it.
like,
I
at
get
first,
the
yes,
same
I hated him
reaction.
at first, because he was, well,
Yeah.
during that time, a bad dad, accepting all that, there was names, and a bunch of shit went down, it was rough, but, you know, he changed, like, he sometimes says something, I'm like, no, don't do that, but, you know, it's not, like, bad, so I'm like, okay, yeah, like,
See, my dad isn't one of the special children. I don't want to say it because I'm scared. Cause he knows how to figure things out. I'm scared. I don't know how he finds out to work the internet. My mother is more accepting, for sure. All I know is at the end.
Yeah.
I just know at the
just
end.
trying to check out, I
Um,
think the food's ready
yeah, I
now.
think so. We're gonna wrap it up soon. I just know at the end she said, "You're my child and I love you." I don't care. But honestly, y'all, this is a good cutting point. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. I wanted to talk like so much, like on the internet.
Hey, it's okay.
So yeah, one more time. Thank you so much for watching, or listening. I hope y'all
Enjoy today.
enjoy today. Yeah, and just stay safe. And don't forget to subscribe.
And hit that like button.
If you want to get notifications, click that bell.
Woo!
Sorry today's was kind of depressing, but I actually enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it actually.
It was
a
nice.
break
It
from
was
all the
nice.
horny.
Yeah. It was nice. It was nice.
Really?
But
Ciao all!
bye.
See you next time.
Next time.